We
I
are
might
live.
not be ready.
We can still talk. We can hear you.
Okay, yeah. There's just some weird error message next to my tabletop, but now it's going. Now it's working fine. Fucking knows. Fuck Steam.
Hello and welcome back to Delta Green. This is episode 3.
Steam is awesome, and I would never say something disparaging about
About the program.
that we
The
might
program
get someday.
themselves.
Because this show is going to be so amazing.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that you have faith in it. I have faith in it too. This is episode 3, Entanglement. We can go ahead and let's intro characters. That was Craven. Craven had a tough time getting in here today.
Yeah, Culpepper traffic.
And we've got Archon. And we've got Kizik. And here we're playing Delta Green. Let's do our banter question. I think we were going to talk about it a little bit earlier. We got excited. So imagine you're a kid again. It's 1999. And you're hurriedly packing to run away from home. What's your prized possession? The one thing you would have packed. Craven, you wanted to go ahead?
Just to be clear, 1999. I might not even have been living at home. I'd already run away. How old were you guys in 1999?
Like 14.
11.
Damn it. Fuck you guys. I would have taken my BB gun. Although at that time I had real guns, so I wouldn't have needed it. Fuck you, Matt.
What? In 99, I was 11. That was the year that Star Wars Episode 1 came out. Right? And like Beanie Babies were still a thing. You guys remember back then?
No, I don't.
I think Beanie Babies are still a thing.
Yeah,
No,
I
they're
think
not.
so too.
They never were either. Fucking shitty ass piece of shit stuffed animal bullshit.
I think I saw someone selling them at Sheetz.
That doesn't mean there's not idiots that'll buy them.
That makes them a thing.
No, they're still not a thing.
I discovered Korn, the band, the heavy metal. It's
I really thought you were going a different direction with that one.
The vegetable. Oh, I love Korn.
Like, what the fuck, man? Your childhood really was fucked up.
That was the WrestleMania.
It was
15.
so much better than the dog food my parents were giving me.
Right? I discovered Korn. Which, that is better than discovering corn in other places, I guess.
Speaking of feeding children dog food, some people are terrible people.
Who would do that? Who would let a small child eat dog food?
Somebody who's teaching a valuable lesson to a small child.
Did he learn anything from the valuable
what dog food tastes like?
Yeah. Dog food, dog sit, you get food. Human sit, you get food. It's a pretty solid life strategy.
Question. In this valuable life lesson you were dishing out, did he taste it and go, "Oh, this is terrible. I never want to eat dog food again," or did he go, "Oh, dog food's actually pretty tasty"?
He asked for another one.
So what I'm hearing is your lesson failed.
Taught him to eat dog food.
The kid now thinks dog food is on the menu.
Technically, it was.
Every time I think I'm a monster, I just tune in to you guys.
We're here to keep you grounded.
Archon, what would you have taken with you in 1999?
I was actually pretty outdoorsy back then because the internet was not really much of a thing where I was.
In 1999, the internet really didn't exist.
Yeah, it would have been my camping. Like, I had the equivalent of a go bag, which we didn't call it back then, but like I had a backpack with a tent and a bedroll and Swiss Army knife and shit, and I would have taken that because I lived out in the woods, and me running away from home would have involved wilderness survival. So
You were prepared.
I would have had to have taken that stuff, or I would have died.
Had a compass, the whole nine.
Yeah.
Kizik, how about you? In 1999.
1999, I was 13, and I
Fuck you.
was already played a saxophone and already had a saxophone that my parents said, hey, this is the most important thing. You're going to play this for the rest of your life, because they're trying to make it a big deal. So I practiced and I would learn this big lousing, and I showed them by getting a degree in music and failing them as a technically capable adult human. But at 13, I would have taken that saxophone. I was in Boy Scouts. I could have done the whole Weebelo with wilderness survival thing. I could have burned a needle and put it in a cork and made that a magnet. But I would have had a saxophone, and I would have just walked down the road and I would have found a place. Because at that point, I had already played for money, so I would have tried to have been a professional saxophone musician, and it would not have done well.
Have you heard of pawn shop?
You'd have done fine, because the first night you done that, some police officer would have called CPS, and then you know.
You would have been brought back home. 1999, I ran away from home on accident. We were camping out one night.
Accidentally run away from home.
I'll tell you, we were camping out one night in the backyard, my brother and I, and we had neighbors like 6 or 7 acres away from us, but they were around our age and they were girls. And they decided that they were going to camp that night too, and we snuck through the woods to try to go and talk to them. And that went successfully, and we were gone for like 3.5 hours. We returned 2 police officers. My parents freaked out and said we ran away, and the cops are searching the woods for us. So that was that was a terrible experience for me.
I'm not positive that's you running away as much as your parents not being able to...
Oh, my parents thought I did. Holy shit.
I'm going to go with that one. I mean, my parents, I worked at McDonald's and I would get home late. My dad would call the cops and have them put an APB out if I wasn't home by like 15 minutes after they closed. And we lived 20 minutes away. So it was a gamble.
It was dangerous. But yeah.
Sitting in 7-Eleven buying a Slurpee and a lottery ticket. And there's a cop getting donuts, because of course. And his little walkie-talkie's like, I got an APB out on a such and such, because I'm not supposed to tell my name on here because we're streaming. And I was like, hey, that's me. He's like, call your parents. Oh, that's back when we had payphones.
Yeah, that's how it was back then. Let's bring you into what's going on right now.
Does it involve donuts? Because I really want a donut. Thanks.
Now I want donut.
Craven.
I feel pretty good about it. I just ate Chinese food, so I do not want a donut.
So, before I go into story, remember to mark any failures as we go forward, because that's how you guys are going to level up.
Oh, that's a good thing to say. We didn't resolve last time's failure, so we just mark them on top of this?
Oh, yes. Just keep marking, because we haven't had a rest period yet.
10-4.
You guys are standing on the edge of a narrow 2-lane road. It's Virginia Route 678. It's the only way in or out of Two Oaks Valley, and there's been a landslide caused by remote explosives that have destroyed the road. There's an exploded ambulance and a Tahoe that have been crashed off the side of the road down a cliff, and a line of vehicles, including the Sledge, Agent Hammer's armored and fortified Humvee. You also have Theo with the crystal in his pocket talking to a young girl's voice who has said, "What do you want?" Theo, what do you want?
I didn't think that would work. Hi, my name is Theo. Are you Diane?
Yeah?
Where are you? how can I talk to you right now?
I came back, and I'm different now. And I think that you and I may be different too. Are you different? There were a lot of other people in that cave.
Are you in the cave?
No, I'm home now. I'm home, and I'm gonna listen to baby metal. Do you know who baby metal is?
Baby metal? Is it like Kid Bop Metallica?
No, it's a Japanese band. Baby metal. You should look them up sometime. They're fantastic.
I mean, I could give you some bluegrass recommendations. There's a guy called Eddie No Fingers. He plays guitar.
No, I'm not interested in bluegrass.
Yeah, probably not your thing. Sorry, I'm a little bit older than you. I'm glad that you're safe. I'm also pretty sure. I don't know if I'm different, but I'm pretty sure you could help us. We're here to help you. Can we come make sure you're safe?
No, I don't need anybody's help. I'm fine. My parents, I told them that I'm fine. I told the sheriff that I was fine, and I'm fine. Don't come near me. Don't come near me.
I respect you. You have your space. We haven't seen the sheriff. Is the sheriff okay?
He's fine. He's in my pocket.
You got a like CIA lady in your pocket too?
So, yeah, I guess. And my mom and my dad, and the deputy.
And they're all okay?
They're in my pocket. They're
Okay.
fine.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Do you know anything about the crawl?
I know a lot about the crawl.
And you're not crawl because you're just different. The last guy I talked to about the crawl said that they were digging something, looking for some like god thing and doing some digging.
More got out. Who did you talk to?
I talked with Lenny.
What are Chad and Hammer doing at this point? They're looking at Theo, and he's talking to himself, but he's getting answers too.
Pacing back and forth. It's kind of giddy.
Theo did explain to Chad what he was, so that he was talking to that other one when the thing happened, right? Like he came back and explained that. I'm trying to remember.
In great details during the car rides between places.
Well, Chad's not an idiot, and seeing as how, Theo's now chatting with Air, I think that he's going to put two and two together and just not intervene.
What about Agent Hammer? Sames?
I'm sorry, what?
What are you doing? Theo's talking to himself, and he's getting like a full conversation out of it.
Imagine we're just staring at Dad and giving him the okay. What do we do now?
I mean, Chad's kind of already made the decision to let this play out. He tried it his way, and it didn't seem to help us.
Fair enough. Yeah, you want to rig the ambulance with explosives while we wait, or no?
I may have put my last car bomb on that spy lady's car.
Fair enough. I got some grenades.
He holds his hand out.
I hand you some grenades.
He starts rigging the the ambulance to explode. He whistles a little bit while he does it.
This should get you some stress back too.
You're going to rappel into the ravine to the flaming corpse of the ambulance.
The ambulance has exploded. You guys bombed it at the end of last episode.
Oh, well then maybe not. Maybe I won't
We
do
can
that.
bomb it again. There is no harm in bombing things more than once.
Just throwing grenades into the valley. Theo's chatting with himself.
Listen, Theo, I, were you down there? Is that how you can talk to me?
Down there, by the landslide.
Uh, th- I was at the landslide. I'm not the landslide anymore. I'm back home. I'm talking about, were you with the craw? Is that how you can talk to me? You one of the men on the airplane?
No. You know about the airplane disappearance too?
There's a lot of people down there, Theo.
They're underground now.
They've always been underground. They're digging, Theo. They're digging.
The airplane crew was swiped to dig for the crawl. I'm trying to get information. I mean, you're being super helpful though.
I'm packing, Theo. I'm going. I'm leaving this place. I'm gonna get my bag, and I'm gonna pack. And this. Okay. And you kind of lose contact for like it goes in and out.
Can we have the sheriff back before you leave, or are you going to keep him safe?
I told you, Theo. He's in my pocket. He's fine. Mom and Dad are fine. Lady, what'd you say? Did you say an agent?
Like a CIA lady. I don't know. She's kind of mean to me.
Oh. I'll keep him in my pocket.
All right. Give me a call or a ring or I'm not exactly sure how we're talking, but keep me up to date if you want to do anything. I got a couple other people here. Can you talk to them too, or maybe it's just to me because I reached out to you?
You're gonna hear a little girl scream, and during the scream, it kind of like cuts off, and it's just a giant sigh, and then your contact goes dead.
Diana? Guys, I think I lost her. Hammer? Husky? You guys here? You don't need to throw that grenade. So I was talking with her. I'm pretty sure she said that the craw have all of the people from that flight, and they're the ones that are digging. Then she screamed. She said she was at home. So let's go to her house and see if she's okay.
It's as good a lead as anything, but what about this? And he points to the landslide.
I mean, are we going to try to clear it up? We can't leave. I'm pretty.
More concerned with our allies and the people who are supposed to be in those vehicles who aren't.
Oh! She said she had them in her pocket. It's kind of weird. Kind of probably an alien superpower that I'm just kind of overlooking right now because I don't want to think too hard about that. She said they were okay.
So we shouldn't blow it up? I feel like we should still blow it up.
Go ahead, toss a grenade down there. See if you can hit it.
In her pocket. That didn't warrant a follow-up question?
Why are you repeating things that we don't want to know answers to?
1,000%.
Why are you thinking? What, Chad, you're going to break.
The other guy could zoop and jump places and could zoop and shoot people far away from him. I figure her power is not to zoop people away, but to zoop them into her pocket. Also, nope, I have no idea what's on the other side of that ambulance. You guys pushed this ambulance into a ravine for no reason.
Yeah, and toss some grenades onto it. As you're saying, push it down for no reason, you hear...
So remember, Agent Hammer had looked into the back of that and had experienced some mind-bending sanity loss looking at Diana Simpson sitting on the edge of her bed at home. And then, yeah, you destroyed the ambulance. You're like, fuck that thing. So the ambulance is exploded down there. But yeah, Hammer saw her at home, and she told Theo that she's at home. And yeah, that they were in her pocket.
All right, well, I guess I'm cool for checking out this lead. Let's drive to our house.
General, you ever have a person in your pocket? This is a
I
good
swear if I
little
hear pocket one more time, I'm
scratches.
going to shoot somebody.
The general shook his head, jumped in the sledge.
Good. That's a good boy. I floor it.
Watch out, road is real slippery. That's why that truck went down the ravine.
Oh, is that why, Theo?
We go faster.
All right, leaving the line of cars the way it is, we are going to leave the scene.
I'm not going to lie. I'm tempted to throw more grenades out. Is there a gun store in town?
Ooh, we hadn't
This
made
is an
one yet.
American. This is an American town. There's got to be a gun store.
I mean, truthfully, Chad's probably more interested in a hardware store or a sporting goods store because he needs
Ooh.
some CDs.
Yeah, this is a small town, so it would actually just be one store that sold everything.
Yeah, sold all those things, but he needs to restock.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We're gonna go to the store.
What's it going to be called?
The store.
Yeah, what's the store? We need to name it.
It's called the store.
It's just called the store?
Yeah, he couldn't figure out what to name it, so he just called it the store.
Goods store.
Yeah,
That's actually
only 'cause
really
his
good.
name. Well, no, his name. He's a good. That's
GOODE.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a prominent. That's for that area. Prominent names. Good. Bradley, Cubbage. All those have hollers named after them. There's a couple other
Shiflet.
ones. Shiflet, yep.
Yep,
They're a
that's a good
little.
one.
Shiflets are a little higher up on that list. I mean, they were until Billy went to jail. Oh man.
All right, so you're coming through town, and let's make this the goods store. And you pull into it. It is super late. We're talking like 11 o'clock. This place is closed. There's a huge front of glass on the front. There's probably a door around back, you would assume. But it's a large parking lot. And there's a camera up on the front door area, like on the corner of the door, with a light next to it.
This isn't the Simpson house.
Chad, you got anything to take out the camera? Oh, never mind. I remember how we do this. We just go inside and kill the computer. All right, yeah. I walk up, shoot the camera, go around to the front, open the door.
All right, give me one. It's a stealth roll.
Are you sure you don't want a computers roll for that, GM? I mean, because someone else tried to do that one time, and it was all like, roll me computers.
I totally learned from you on how to do computers.
He's saying shoot the camera this time. You were saying find the hard drives and destroy it.
Well, I said I want to find it and shoot it. So,
all right, failed my stealth roll. Not stealthy. If it helps, I wasn't necessarily planning to be stealthy because I figured no one's home.
All right, cool. You're shooting the camera, and then how are you getting into the... You're just going through the front door?
Yeah, I'm going to put the gun barrel up to the lock and pull the trigger.
Right on. Pop of the door open.
Like a lockpick.
That's very much not a lockpick.
Agree to disagree. The lock was locked, and now it is not. It is picked.
All right. What are the other two guys doing?
Sorry, I was muted. I was talking. Chad just sighs as he realizes he's now been relegated to petty crimes. You know, he thought of himself as a sophisticated criminal. Like he was sitting in the car, like, what is he doing? And then he sees him shoot the camera, and he's like, "Oh, we're robbing the place." Shit.
Theo had his notebook out, like he was going to take notes. Like, all right, cool, we're going to get some more. How do we do this agent thing? And then he shoots, and then he hears the sigh, and then he crosses out the whole page and folds his back up and sits back down.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
he's probably triggered the goddamn alarm, so I might as well run in there and get what I need. I'll be right back.
I'm in the back office, just shooting the shit out of the computer.
All right. What else are you getting out of here?
I also take out the phone lines.
Chad's just going to put together enough stuff to do a couple of extra IEDs, and a couple of extra poison darts. He likes subtlety and making traps.
I want some pipe bombs because I'm out of grenades.
I grab enough extra to make some of those too.
Perfect. We did not find anything that these things are particularly allergic to yet, right?
Lemon juice.
I mean,
they're allergic to lemon juice.
everything that you've used on them has worked.
I mean, that is true. I'm going to go to the pesticide department, and I'm going to get whatever the strongest pesticide they have, and one of those sprayers that shoots at like 20, 30 feet.
Like a backpack sprayer.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you filling that with?
The pesticide.
Okay.
It's worth a shot.
So do you get the one, I think there's like a battery operated one that fills the pump, or do you get the one that you have to hand pump?
I want the backpack version.
Chad's like, you need to cut that pesticide 50-50 with gasoline so that if the pesticide doesn't work,
Was thinking that.
he just lets it trail off.
But don't you want like 50% pesticide, 25% gas, 25% Tide, or are you going to use diesel to balance that out?
No, you see, the problem is if you go the Tide route, it gets too thick and then it won't come out the nozzle. It needs to aerosolize.
Yeah, but you need the Tide to make it stick.
You can give me a demolitions roll, right? You have that?
I can. Why do you think I'm building bombs?
Yeah. So give me a demolitions roll to see how you can help him.
So I help you a lot. I rolled a 32. I needed an 80-something to pass. So
There you go. All right. Yeah, the more fuel you can aim into this thing, the better.
He comes out with like the flamethrower from Aliens.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's a huge
Bug
fucking
killer
flamethrower.
and flamethrower. And I'm also going to pick up some flares.
Nice.
A flare gun if they have one. If not, one of those. What is it? Those fireworks that you pull the end and it shoots the thing out.
Yeah, those are called flares.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
All right, you gather all these things.
Theo has been in the car watching TikToks, like trying to get in the mindset of a 14-year-old girl.
You look up baby metal. It's this Japanese metal band. They're pretty good, I guess.
K-pop?
It's like K-pop, but like very metal. I suggest you guys look it up just to
No,
research.
fuck you.
Theo's got it playing on the Bluetooth in the car when you guys get back.
He had it playing.
If
just
I
cut it
look
off.
this up, I want a free pass on a skill for my next character.
A free pass?
Yeah, just I want a blind 50 on a skill of my choosing on the next character.
No deal. No, it's not worth it.
Oh, that was a pretty good deal. I would have gone for it.
You'd have only gone for it, Craven, because I would have. You're like, he'll pick something stupid like accounting.
Oh man, I
see.
lost my tents around the Haven Inn.
You know what? I'm also going to pick up the biggest
I can see
sledgehammer
them.
they have.
Oh, you can? Okay. You're gonna pick a big sledgehammer?
The biggest
What?
sledgehammer
Your
they
character's
have.
gonna carry a hammer?
But you carry a hammer. I'm
There
tempted
it
to
is.
get a hammer and then attach the hammer to a shotgun, so I can have a shotgun hammer.
I'm gonna buy 4 pieces of rebar and an angle grinder and something to weld with, and I like a portable thing, and I'm gonna make his hammer better.
You get this big old fucking hammer with a big cage welded to it. Is that what's going on?
Oh no, I'm spikes.
Spikes.
Yeah. And I'm gonna try to
Yeah,
put, I'm
been
gonna
looking
try to
at
put I'm,
TikTok for a long time.
I'm gonna try to put a rocket on the other end. No, I'm gonna do that while he's driving down the road. That's...
Dude, we got the new H3, man. We got all the room in the world back there.
I'm gonna try to put a rocket on one end with a big red button. It's all it is one of those it's one of those flares. It's just duct taped in the back.
I hear welding and I look up. I take my headphones out and I go, guys, Baby Metal was actually pretty cool. It had like I mean, it's no bluegrass or anything, but
Bluegrass? What? How did you go from Baby Metal to bluegrass?
I mean, bluegrass is the basis of all of my musical knowledge here.
That explains so much.
All that being said, this girl hasn't attacked anybody. I don't think we need to gear up this hard. The other guy was just talking to me when he was poisoned and exploded. I'm not sure killing her is the right way to do it, especially because she could just put you into her pocket.
So
Yeah, Chad, he's probably got a point. We should get some more guns.
all I'm gonna say there, Theo, is I acknowledge that you may be correct. However, when it comes to weaponry in situations like this, there's this really old adage about having it and not needing it versus needing it and not having it. Feel me?
Theo's face lights up and he opens up his notebook and writes something down.
Like condoms.
Pretty sure Theo doesn't get that reference.
Fair. It's fair. Based on his current conversation, my bet is Theo's never gotten that.
Well,
He's the one that's married with a kid.
I don't have a kid, but we are married, and I mean, we did explore each other's bodies a couple of times, but yeah.
With a brush, because he's an anthropologist. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, I'm gonna draw you because that's the way they did in Titanic. That must be what they mean.
Lay perfectly still.
He knows what a rubbing is.
I like him dry and wrapped.
Oh.
So I think that you guys were gearing up and then going to the Simpson place. Am I correct?
Yep.
All right. The Simpsons live in like the only apartment building in Two Oaks. And you guys pull up and it's a pretty big parking lot. There's a carpentry truck and then a little station wagon, a couple other different cars, but like it's a pretty big parking lot. And you guys pull up and the flight of stairs up gives you 6 apartments.
I don't have any notes that say which floor they lived on.
That's correct.
There's only 6. I guarantee you they're going to have something that has their names on it. Look for a mailbox.
So how are we doing this? Are we letting him go in, and then when he screams like a little girl, we go save him?
No,
Look,
she's
there's nothing
probably
wrong
in
with
trouble.
screaming with a little girl. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're afraid. He says really defensively and suddenly.
I just look at you puzzled, like, I don't know where you're going with that one.
I open the door. I put baby metal on as loud as my little cell phone can handle, and I start running in. I'm looking for Diana. Diana, are you okay?
I swear I'm going to shoot that man.
Well, if you're gonna lay out, go up the stairs and like start looking for apartments. There's one apartment in particular that is blasting baby metal out of it too. So if you're searching for that specifically, you absolutely find that. And as you walk up, like the door is closed, but the baby metal is just blasted on the other side.
I pause at the door. I look to see if anybody followed me, and then I open the door.
Yeah, it opens completely unlocked, but not only just unlocked, it's broken. Like somebody has broken it in. Inside the apartment, on the floor, are 5 sets of footprints going inside. And it's a pretty clean apartment. I'm going to spawn it in just in a second. Alright, so you're going to come through this front door here. Let's get your token. Actually, it doesn't really matter. I just want you to see the layout for the next part. So there's footprints going basically straight into Diana's room back here. And then coming back out again. Just muddy, nasty, red clay footprints.
I followed Theo up, but I didn't immediately go in the room. Can I see that from the door, or do I have to go inside?
Yeah, you can see the footprints, like, leading up the stairs. Now that you're, like, tracking them, looking specifically for them.
Yeah, I mean, now that I
They're
see
coming-
they're coming out of the apartment, I'd like to start following them out of the building.
So they go to the apartment parking lot, and then they disappear, like they were coming in and out of a
Vehicle.
car.
Okay.
Theo, back here, the baby metal is blaring.
I'm going to go to the stereo and turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, it's running from her computer. You turn it down. She's got like Funko Pops on her walls. She's got an easel on the floor. She paints regularly. She does a lot of like art and stuff, but she has been missing for 3 months before this, so there's some dust on everything. And it looks like somebody has gone through here and started packing a bag. There's a bag sitting on the bed, half packed, and inside of it are basically all of her precious worldly possessions that she was going to take with her and flee this place. And right in the middle of packing, somebody has come and grabbed her. Somebody with nasty, muddy footprints.
I'm going to grab her computer, put it in her bag, and take her bag.
Okay.
So we can see the footprints enter, and we see the footprints leave.
Yeah, there's also like, I mean, you guys are looking around now at the front of the door, so you'd see that there's like a Ring doorbell camera on this thing. So there's other neighbors too. Like if you wanted to ask around of like what people saw or heard, that's always an option. You can do some investigation.
I can talk to the people if you want to try the technology. Me and technology, unless it involves bullets, not getting along so well.
I have her computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does she have the Ring app?
Sure. You want to sit up here on the bar and like pull up her laptop, bring up
Yeah.
Ring.
Yeah.
Now give me that computer's check.
If I have a 0, is it worth doing? I can get a 69. Or I
Let's
can
just see what you can roll.
I got a 5.
That's pretty close. Damn
Can I use 5 luck to make it a 0?
Yes, you can. All right, so on the ring, you see this massive man. Agent Hammer, you're in here too? Is everybody crowded around and looking at the computer?
I got the computer to do the thing.
I am if Theo says that. Where'd my token go?
Excuse me. On the ring camera, you see a man that's like 6'4", and he approaches the front door. He's wearing a big biker leather jacket, and he's flanked by 4. You can see it on the ring camera. They're like shambling, freshly dead corpses. And they've got suits on, like they've been buried in their best. And Big Jim walks up to the front door, and he knocks on it, and then nothing happens. So he says, "Break it down." And one of the fresh dead comes and karate chops the fucking front door and splits it in. And then they file in. And then on the ring camera, Big Jim walks in last. And you hear Diana Simpson scream. And then Big Jim walks out, and the freshly dead men have Diana Simpson between them. She looks sedated, slumped, not like lifeless, but listless, and they're carrying her rather roughly. And they walk back out to the parking lot.
Does she glow green like the other one, Tom?
Yes, she does. Good call on that one. Thank you.
We gotta go save her.
Does this thing? Is this a Mac?
Sure. Does it matter?
Yeah. There's an app. Find my device. I'm gonna click that. It's over in the corner.
You gonna track her AirPods? I mean, she's using her Bluetooth speakers in her room.
She
Give
might
me a
have
luck roll on this. Yeah, give me a luck roll. I know your luck is fucking awesome.
Nope, it's not.
Well, who has the best luck?
Probably me. I have a 75.
Oddly enough,
76.
I got it.
You got it, Craven?
Yep, 33 out of 40.
Agent Hammer's like, that's a Mac, man. Fucking track that shit. And you guys pull up her location. It's a little bit south of town at a church.
Let's head there. Were those zombies? I should have gone into the store.
Give me sanity checks for that.
Oh, why would we need stuff? It's just an innocent little girl.
That was the zombies.
I'd like to smack him in the back of his head. Not to do damage.
Oh, I see. I understand. I'm sorry. Yeah.
We all have to roll the sanity check because I'm already past my threshold and we never really resolved that.
Oh, yeah, because we haven't had a resting period yet. You did the flight, fight, or freeze.
Yeah.
You ran away.
Uh-huh.
But we haven't had a resting period for you to pull a card yet for your disorder.
So what do I do? I mean, well, first let's see if I pass it because I'm guessing if I pass it, it doesn't matter. I did not pass it, not even a little bit.
All right, so if you didn't pass, take a 1 sanity loss.
Okay.
What's your next breaking point? So to determine your next breaking point, you'd subtract your last breaking point with your will? No. Which one is it? The willpower?
Yes.
Yeah, willpower points. So at 28 minus 7, 21.
Okay, so next breaking point is 21.
Yes, sir. And you'll get another disorder. And another disorder.
What happens when I hit 0? Do I just turn
You go mad.
Do I just turn to a vegetable, or do I get to go on like a killing spree? Can I record a killing spree on Hitman and just send it to you?
We can do that, maybe.
I feel like Grand Theft Auto would be a way
Postal.
better way to do that.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm currently not playing GTA because they took my cars away.
What?
Oh, the last update they took a bunch of cars out, and I was like, that's a crappy thing to do. It's a money grab for the next GTA, and I got fairly irritated. They took like 100 or some cars off the market, so you couldn't get them anymore.
That's a bummer.
You and I talked about that, Ghost.
Yeah, and it is still a bummer.
That's true. Yes.
So, what are you doing with this information that she is now at a church? She was stolen by dead men and a huge guy, 6'4" guy, and you know that you're going to a church, probably a graveyard. Let's be real. I loved that you pre-prepared, but now how do you want to prepare?
I think we're going to go back to the hardware store.
Right? I just, this conversation, I can see you guys out in your car being like, all right, so like the flamethrower thing, like keep thinking about this. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
More flares.
I wonder if we could stop somewhere and get a priest outfit. I'll just use my disguise skill and pretend like I'm a priest at the church, and I'll really confuse them long enough for everyone else to shoot them. No, that's a terrible idea because one of them can't shoot. So Theo needs to have my disguise skill.
So I'm the priest?
No, that's a terrible idea. I could do it because my disguise skill is actually halfway decent. I have a 50 in it. And there's a chance that I would confuse them long enough that, like, you know, you guys could get the jump on them, but you would never be able to pull it off. You'd just get shot.
I could persuade them not to shoot me. Could you disguise me?
Did we lose everybody? Could you disguise him?
I said I don't know, but I was in the middle of picking up a very expensive piece of equipment that fell over, so hold on.
Oh, gotcha. Agent Hammer, do you think you're prepared to fight zombies now with your hammer?
With my hammer, my flamethrower, my other shotguns, the explosives that I had in make, yeah, I'm good. But I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was in danger. I'm good. I got this. You know what? It's a good solid point, roll. We need to go to a magazine store. Ooh, we don't even need to go to magazines. There's magazines here. Are there magazines here?
What do we need magazines for?
Yeah, what?
You can wrap the magazines around your arm. Great armor for bites. You never watched The Walking Dead before?
No, actually, I haven't.
So you're going with real zombies. That big guy just somehow knows how to make zombies come up and obey him instead of aliens or what are those other things that go inside? Like the worm things that we've been fighting. That kind of reanimate the dead.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't really bother thinking about a lot of these things.
Actually, Theo, that's a
Pretty
good
much
point.
fire,
Reanimate dead, and most churches have a graveyard. This could be bad. Theo's got a point.
Yeah, let's get more bombs. Ooh, we could get a bow and arrow and then put the bombs on the bow and arrow. Oh man, yeah, let's go back to the hardware store. always wanted to do a
Hardware
Rambo.
General Goods Sporting Goods Store.
It's Hard War. I like it. That's what we should have named it.
Hardware. That should be its name now.
All
It's
right,
the
so let's
Hard
go
War
back
store.
to the Hardware store. I don't know how much more the Hardware store would have. I mean, you guys kind of raped it the first time. Let's be real.
No, he's only just going to say, let's go find another store, right?
I mean, I get that, but like at the end of the day, there's really not a lot here.
Well, you also triggered him to do it by saying, are you sure you're prepared to do this thing? Come on,
I know.
come on,
I got
GM.
Yeah, I was prepared.
A sledge.
You were like, no, you're not prepared. I'm like, all right, I'm not prepared. Let's go
No,
get
I'm
some
just
more
asking.
shit.
Do
I
you
like getting
think you're
shit.
prepared? Oh, now I
mean,
can
it's
see the
free
lot.
shopping.
For a time. There is going to be a consequence here. The next time you show up at the
be
Hardware
honest.
store, there's somebody here. The guy, his last name's Good, right?
I'm just going to put on that police jacket.
Yeah, to be honest though, based on all
What he
my
looks
previous
like.
experience with
I'm gonna
based on our previous experience with literally every single person that we've run into in this town, he's just enough. We should just kill him in advance of him becoming a zombie and trying to eat us.
or being an alien. My guy might be having flashbacks. I was gonna say I'm determined to use my disguise skill, and I'm gonna pull out that police jacket we pulled out of the cruiser and pretend to be a police officer investigating the robbery.
I love that.
However, I'm now terrified because last time I tried to do a completely legitimate thing within my skill set and got alone with a baddie, I almost died.
That's true too. It's good to
I'm
be
telling
scared.
you, man, the safer option here is what I just said. Just assume.
No, I can't
Like,
let Craven just murder this
fine,
old
we
man.
got
I'm
him,
gonna
man.
pretend to be
We
a
can
police
kill
officer.
anyone. There's no consequences.
There's always consequences.
Like, all right, so I'm gonna roll my disguise score and look at myself in the mirror. I rolled a 6.
It's not
Success. Nice.
Yes, I mean it's a 6.
Chad. It's not murder. It's patriot.
Yeah, you sit here in your Patriot vehicle, and I will go talk to this guy. So I'm gonna walk up to Mr. Good and tell him that I'm with local law enforcement and I'm here to investigate reports of a robbery.
So you have the disguises from the vehicle, like the silver one that's blacked out that you guys found near the landslide, and you've got the radio. So this is perfect. You walk up to this guy, and he's looking at the front door lock, and he's shaking his head, and he's like, "Oh man, they took me for a lot of shit. This sucks."
Yeah, I'm gonna need a statement from you. Can you come with me, and I'm gonna get your statement on what was taken and blah blah blah, and I'm gonna try to lead him away from the door so that Craven can go inside.
Good old distraction.
Yeah.
And not kill him.
Yeah.
See how long that lasts.
Well, go get your shit while I'm getting his statement.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go inside, find me a nice bow and arrow. Oh, crossbow. Yeah, crossbow. That's a better option.
I'm gonna text him and be like, "Remember to shop for me."
Yeah. So I get 2 crossbows, and a big case of shotgun shells, or 2 cases of shotgun shells. And some
Okay.
bolts.
And bolts.
Crossbow bolts, not like nuts and bolts.
Tracking. Thank you for clarifying, though. I don't want to assume.
Yeah. I could see where that would have gone.
I was like, you gonna get some hot glue? Like hot glue the bolts? It could have been bad.
No, I'm going to get some electrical tape. Though.
Well, I came in through the front door. Sorry, Kizzy, go ahead.
Theo sends a text that says, "I want a bow and arrow, please and thanks."
You, you you get a text back. You can't even shoot a goddamn gun. I pick up. Question, Matt. Do they have a toy section?
Fuck it, yeah. They have a toy section.
I get him. I get him one of those little cowboy and Indian bows with the suction cup.
My kids have two of those. I picked one at a groom.
Mm-hmm.
They actually
you
can
cannot.
put an eye out.
Matthew hit me
You
with
put an eye out with those things. Yeah, it
That's pretty
hurts.
good. Especially if you take the suction cup off.
Yes.
Yep. I may have bought one of your kids one of those.
They're really good with them, actually. All right, so Rodney Good over here, the man, he gives you a statement, and he's just like, "Oh, it's a good thing I've got insurance," and you know.
Yep. I keep following up and writing down and I write real slow. Like I'd be like, "Oh, hey, hold up a second, don't finish that sentence. Let me catch up." And I've got him facing me, and I'm watching the door like, God damn, what is taking that guy so long so Craven can finish? And as soon as he's done, I'm going to be like, well, I think I got all I need.
Give me a perception roll while you're talking to him.
Okay, that's alertness.
It's an alertness
His
if
tongue
he's
is too
threatening
long.
you, but it's a perception if you're looking at something over him or looking at him.
Oh, I didn't know perception was its own skill. I bet I don't have that.
No, sorry, it's like search then.
Oh, search. Well, I definitely failed that as I rolled a 91, and I have a 24 in that skill.
All right. What were you writing on? Or like you just had your phone out taking notes when you were trying to get his statement?
I mean,
How did you do that?
I raided a police cruiser. They're going to have notepads and pens in there.
Okay, I got you. It's like in the
Hold up,
pocket.
Hold
You
up.
pull
Hold
it
up.
out of the
Wait.
pocket.
No. This is like, first off, anyone who has a disguise kit, in that disguise kit has at least one guaranteed item. That is a clipboard. Because the clipboard
yeah.
will literally get you.
True.
If you've had a clipboard, a ladder, and a hard hat, there is nowhere in this country you can't get your ass.
They probably would have had a ladder, clipboard, and a hard hat in the trunk as well. Yeah, these guys were pros.
Now, I'm not saying
They
he
had that.
knows it in this situation.
Is he a
But
robot
the
for anyone
clipboard,
else, or is it just me?
he has the clipboard.
Yeah, he went robot for me.
You guys have been in and out of robot too. I don't know what's going on.
It's internet woes.
Yeah, I can hear everybody else think it's you, bud.
But how many shovels did those pros have in their trunk?
Not enough, because you got to have like 5, right?
He didn't. No, they didn't have any shovels.
I'm sure there's some at the hardware store.
Oh yeah, there's tons of shovels here. Gold shovels,
There's like
silver
a,
shovels,
there's like a whole aisle of shovels.
shovels beyond shovels. This place is digging heaven.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume that I need to wait for like Hammer to realize that I didn't see him leave and text me.
No, I wanted you to see if there was something about the man in front of you talking, but you didn't notice it. So you will notice that Craven comes out, and you'll be able to finish these shenanigans.
Cool. And he didn't even try to kill me. Cool beans.
No, he thinks you're a cop. All right, officer, good night.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
we'll get back to you about this. Promise.
Yep, thanks. I guess I'm going to wait for a locksmith to come fix the door. Oh, you know what? I've got some plywood out back. I'll just put a big plywood thing up.
It's a hardware
He
store.
goes-
He's got lumber. Anyway,
Yeah,
we're
he
gonna
goes
drive
to
off.
work. This is a world. All right, so you guys are headed to the church? And how do you want to approach? I want you to think about this. This is the church here. I've got a much bigger map when we get there, but I want you to know that you can approach this and think about it and do some recon. Don't just charge in guns blazing. It's not going to work out.
I am very good at stealth. The problem
That's a
is
good thing.
the problem is I'm very bad at the recon part. Like I can get there. I'm not very good. decent at stealth. The problem is when I get there, I can't see anything.
It's my problem with Traveler too.
So,
I'm very good at seeing things. If you could just carry me along, we can look.
we do it. Then I'll take you with me. Assuming I can actually pull this off. Yeah. So this map down here. This is what it looks like. Which direction are we coming from on the road?
So you're coming from the north, from the goods store over here, and right down the road past this church and the Flint Farm, south to the church.
Is this the road that looks like hedges? That's usually what an aerial picture of a barbed wire fence looks like. Is that a cow field that has a fence around it?
That's true. Yes.
Is there an access ways further along here that we could get into that field?
Probably off-roading. You could come in that way.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I want to walk. I want to.
Okay. Yeah. You can walk from that direction.
I want to pull the vehicle off the road into the field where people aren't going to see it, and then walk along that wood line until we get within visual range of the church.
You guys got some binoculars? You guys are pros and stuff, right?
I do actually have a set of binoculars in my go bag.
Agent Hammer, how do you feel about losing your car?
Definitely. We're gonna walk up.
When you phrase it like that.
We're gonna drive up there. We park it safely somewhere.
Okay.
Do you want me to park it?
No, I don't want you to touch my car ever. I'm sorry. Was that mean?
Pretty mean.
This hurts a little bit. Plus, you gave me
don't
this
bring me
teeny
on the
tiny
floor.
bow.
I really didn't want to give you something I felt like you could hurt me with. Oh, speaking of Chad, so I was thinking if we take these shotgun shells and you put the firing pin right on, like unscrew the warhead, and then we can attach the shotgun shell to where the broadheads go. Right, so it should hit, and then
I feel like you look over, and
Mhm.
Chad has fashioned Dukes of Hazzard style dynamite arrows. He's got a bundle of them already ready. It's like, oh, yeah, I've already done some work here.
it looks amazing.
Yeah, but he's done it in human size. They're zombie level charge. They're much shorter than a full stick of dynamite. I'm just trying to gib some zombies. I figure if they're in many different pieces, they probably don't work no more.
It seems like a solid point.
I elbow Theo. He said solid point. Got arrows. Get it? Solid point.
I thought those solid points were... No, those are hollow points. That's a gun reference. I almost got it. I'm going to catch up one of these days.
Probably not.
I hold my crystal up and I think real hard. Diane, are you okay?
You don't get a response.
She's still hurting, guys. We got to catch her. Go make sure she's okay.
All right. Yeah. So I rolled really well on my demolitions. So I'm assuming I just have a bag of pipe bombs with nails taped in Ziploc bags to the outside of them. I'm just gonna hand those out.
Yeah, give me what do you think? A D6? Give me a D6 roll to see how many you made. I'll give you 2 D6. You're a demolitions expert. You rolled really well.
There's the D6. I already have one too. I'll roll both of these. I did
2d6 pipe bombs.
I did roll really well. That was the one I rolled a 6 on.
Dude.
So I rolled 8. So there's 3 of us. I'm keeping the spare.
Does anybody know the pipe bomb damage? Just so we can do it later.
I have
a
a large IED in my my weapon list, and it doesn't actually do damage. It's lethal.
Lethal.
Good.
Good.
At 75 meters, it is 60% lethal. But that's for the large one.
Right above that on page 98 says improve IED small. This is 15% lethal at a 10-meter kill radius.
Does it have a damage rating?
That's 15% lethal.
That's not damage.
That does not have damage, no.
Thank you. That's
So
what I
that
wanted
means
to say.
you roll 2d10 and you add them together, and that's your damage. That's what your lethal roll is.
Okay.
All right, so do you want the smaller one or the bigger one? That's what I was trying to figure out. Which one did you make?
I mean, I would make them as big as I could, but at 75 meters, we're going to have to be real careful with them. You can't just throw them 75 meters.
Yeah, they would hit you.
Yeah, I mean, but I also imagine if I made 75, like, 175 meters is probably me being like, no, I want the pipe you use that comes out of the sewage for the toilet. Like, it's not like
a good 8-inch pipe.
Yeah, it's not like a tiny pipe bomb. How can I make, because there's 3 of us, can I make 2 of the big ones and then 6 of the small ones?
Yeah, just note which ones you give out, and
Yeah,
I just want to track it.
Everybody's got two of the small ones, and I've got 2 large IEDs, which puts me back at my normal carry stuff.
Okay. Cool.
I'll plant the large ones like they're C4 bricks.
You guys are also sneaking. He's got a backpack sprayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you're trying to sneak up to this place, right? All right. Give me that stealth roll.
I'm gonna fail this roll because I talked.
Who has
all
the
that shit.
highest stealth?
I have a 50.
I think mine is higher than that.
I have a 14.
I have a 70.
He is
Raven,
the most
go ahead
stealthy.
and you roll your stealth.
I got a 73. I'm going to use 3 luck points to get that down to. I have to
Beautiful.
meet it or beat it, or what?
Yeah, you can meet it or beat it.
Okay,
You can meet
I
it.
just meet it. I'll drop 3 points.
Sweet. All right, you sneak up. And go ahead and give me perception rolls, and we're going to go change maps here.
Search rolls or alertness rolls. It's a big difference for my character.
Yeah, so it depends on what you're going to be looking for. You're looking for zombies, or are you looking for, like, tell me what you want to be looking for, I guess.
I'm looking for threats until we get close. Like, once we're bunkered down and close and we can start observing, that's one thing. But getting there, I'm just trying not to be seen.
Okay. Then that is awareness.
Rolled a 4.
It's pretty damn good.
I'm doing the opposite of that, and I'm searching for where I think that this girl is kept. Like, I've got the binoculars. I'm looking at the front door of the church. I'm looking to see if I can see the graveyard of the church.
All right, so you guys you're on a hill in this field, coming from the north down, and you're at like a higher elevation, and this hill kind of teeters down towards this little cutout for the church. And I'm going to change the map so that we can see a little bit more. Just a second, there's technical difficulties here.
That never happens with Old World. It's unprecedented.
Hope you guys can see everything. There's a big dark circle in the middle called darkness, because you can't see what's there yet. But you guys are coming from the north up here, where I'm tagging by Craven's chair. That's the north side. And you said you were going to be hugging this fence coming down. This is obviously, like, the really middle part is graveyard. And then the church is down here. It's just this single little tiny thing. It's actually kind of cute. There's 3 cars in the driveway. Oh shit, Rodney Good is not here.
I was
He
about to say, I
teleported.
knew we should have killed that motherfucker.
He's just chasing you like the T-1000. No, so you guys can see the church, but this is really dark out, okay? And we're setting the tone here that it's not like a stormy night, but clouds. And there's a graveyard through these trees that you can see. There's actually two of them. This one is a little bit higher in elevation, maybe a little bit older than this one. This one's kind of newer tombstones. I know how you can like see that from far away, right? Like that's one thing that you can see. Then yeah, the 3 cars, the church, and you guys coming from this way. So let's get your tokens on the board, and let's talk amongst you guys on what you want to do.
I just looked on my sheet in my notes. I picked up an M4 at the end of the last session, so I may not have been quite as obsessed about those bolts.
I don't know why. Like everybody's got weapons anyway. You guys are like, we gotta gear up.
Actually, other than my backup pistol, most of what I carried were bombs and poison. My guy's a trapsmith hitman. He makes explosions happen. So this is the first rifle he's had.
So there's a big building down here, and I say down because you guys are up on a hill, and the road kind of caves down, like it's at a deeper elevation. It cuts through this place, and the woods and everything are surrounding. How's this for a 3D map? I spent some time on this. It's good looking, right? Come on,
yes, it's perfect.
Thank you. Okay. All right, you get through here, and what's the plan?
So I still am looking for threats, and I just want to know, can I see that this is a graveyard?
Yes.
Okay. I'm definitely going to be like, hey guys, zombies, graveyard, maybe we should loop like the long way around, like that way.
Oh, we could split up, get it from multiple angles.
Chad looks at you as though you've just like committed the most capital offense of all time.
Fair enough.
Theo's looking between them, trying to decide who's right.
It was like, yeah, we should split up. We'd cover more ground that way.
That makes sense, but at the same time,
so, Theo, you go off around this way, and Chad and I'll go.
I thought I was going to get disguised as the preacher and just say hi to them. But this is also a teeny tiny church. They would know who their preacher was.
Yeah, I'm relatively certain that the residents of the church are not the people who are currently occupying it.
All right, so we're looking for a big guy and 4 zombies. Can I see the suspension on that big van? Does it kind of look a little bit askew?
I don't know how you'd see it, but yeah.
It got some binoculars.
Oh, okay, right on. You're just seeing if somebody's sitting in the van.
Yeah, like a real big guy.
Yeah, there's no one sitting in the van. And you have binoculars. You can go ahead and give me that search check. It's a plus 20, and I'll maybe lift the darkness. We'll see what's going on under there.
A plus 20?
Yep.
Meaning it's my roll plus 20?
Yes.
I rolled a 72, which passed, but a plus 20 is a 92, which does not pass.
Sorry, with a plus 20, you have the 20 to succeed.
So I rolled a 72 minus 20 is 52, so I did pass.
Okay, let's uncover this for you in your binoculars. There's a redhead. Oh, the redheads. Sitting down here in a graveyard. She's got a figure standing next to her. Kind of like swaying back and forth. Let me put my my other people in here. You see other people. Give me a second. I lagged. Where are they at? Where'd Big Jim and the zombies go? There's they are. Whoop. That's funny.
That's where zombies go. Just go to your home.
Just go to your home, zombies. Cool. Alright, you can relay this to your fellow peoples. That there's a bunch of suited, like well-dressed, dead people. And they're all standing around. Big Jim is down here. Eliza Abernathy is here. There's a cage next to Eliza. And there's somebody inside the cage. You'd be able to see that. I don't think you'd be able to see who exactly it is. Maybe a woman's figure.
Is it glowing green?
No. The one in the cage is not glowing green. What is glowing green is on the ground here. You can't really make it out. But let's go ahead and use a green dice. Something glowing green right there.
All right, guys. There's a glowing green thing on the ground. There are 4 like fancy dressed zombies all around it. The big guy's there. There's a girl with red hair standing next to a cage with maybe a girl in it, and like 2 or 3 other zombies walking around.
And then a dog walks up and sits in front of you and he whimpers. Oh shit, was the general with you guys?
He was.
He was. Let's put him in here too. He's been so stealthy.
He heard, all right, guys, go stealth mode. We hadn't heard anything.
I'm thinking.
Oh, we know this dog, right?
I'm thinking dynamite, crossbow, bolt, artillery. Just a volley of them.
But there's the green person's down there that we want to save. Her name's Diane. Yeah.
I only see a green glow. Isn't that all I see? I only see a green glow. You only saw a green glow.
Yeah, but like, what else glows green? And
Uranium.
this is the.
They're building a nuclear bomb and they're zombies.
Makes about as much sense as trying to catch an alien that I was telepathically talking to as she held half of the talon in her pocket. Hi, Max. Do we recognize this dog as Max?
Yeah, I mean, it's the golden retriever you guys saw earlier at the pool house. He left with the other pool family members.
Is everything okay, Max?
Shakes his head no. And he starts like running around in circles and pointing this way. Trying to get you guys to like check it out.
We're headed that way, buddy. Is the rest of your family trapped over there?
Hey, whimpers. I can't do whimpery noises. Yeah, there you go.
He just had to prove that he can do it, and now his dog's going to go nuts. So
My dog is upstairs asleepsies.
All right, so you following him? Getting closer?
yeah,
I'm going to follow him. And I'm going to say probably not crossbow explodies because maybe his buddies are over there.
Okay, so
Hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and change the dice too.
You-
Obviously.
you are going to need a plan before you start wandering over there, because them zombies are going to come over here and try to kill us. And your whole telling us not to do a thing is all fine if you have a plan.
I mean, I just wanted to make sure Diane was okay.
That's not a plan.
Yeah, well, maybe we make a big noise and all the zombies come towards us, and then we don't worry about hitting Diane.
Hammer, help me out here.
Alternatively, we split up. You and me will go this way, and we let him do his thing that way, and then we clean it up after he's not dead.
In other words, he goes and makes plans and draws out the zombies. How's your cardio, Theo? You good at cardio?
I can, maybe. But I'm also kind of tired. It's pretty late.
Okay, well, if we're doing it that way, he's going to pull out the M4 and rack a slide and be like, all right, we don't have to worry about being stealthy if we do that. What do you think? Theo goes in, brings him down between these two trees. We lay up on either side. Kill zone.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I'm thinking. We can even set some...
explosives on the trees to cause shrapnel, but, Theo's got to run through it, so...
Oh, yeah, we're trying to keep him alive.
Yes.
I'm understanding the assignment now.
I think that's the plan. Theo, you good with this plan?
Point to those trees again. Oh, just straight out the road, not having to climb up this cliff. Okay. Just run strategy.
Yeah. We're going to set up one of us on an elevated position, one across the street. We're going to create a kill zone. You need to draw them through the middle of those two trees.
Yep. I
want
think I can do
to
it.
remind you before we do this that this was your idea.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good idea too.
Whatever you do, Hammer, don't hit the dog.
Hey, I'm not going to shoot the dog. What kind of monster do you think I am?
It had to be said.
You see I put a well down here? I gave you a dog and a well. Did you see that?
Where's the well?
Right down here.
That dog better behave.
I also gave it like an old car. I'm pretty proud of this map, man.
The whole pool family's at the bottom of that well. The dog put him in there. He's traumatized. He doesn't know why.
You guys have traumatized me this episode. Jeez. Thanks for the help, guys. All right. So, Max Pool, he's going to sneak down here. He's going to just stick with, let's say it's Chad. And the general's going to stick with Agent Hammer. Agent Hammer, you're staying up here, elevated position. And you guys get into positions. And Theo, you're here. Between these two trees, there's this, like, chain that would stop a vehicle from just running up through here. But you step over it, and you enter the graveyard. There's something glowing up here that's not just Diana. You're close enough to see it. There's like a bonfire or something that you're not seeing. Hold on one second. Let me pull this in. Because you'll see the glow, but not necessarily where it's from. So Theo, you kicking this off?
Yeah, I'm going to take a step forward. I'm going to take a couple of deep breaths. And then I'm going to blast my baby metal. And I'm going to try to sing along in Japanese. Let's go time, man!
God, don't do that.
All right. Yep. You're gonna gain some attention.
You're the one that said we couldn't kill him.
I apologize to every headphone user watching this stream.
That was amazing.
Just remember, you're the one that said we can't kill him. It's you.
You still can't kill him.
All right.
And I hear the words coming out of your mouth.
Let's go ahead and just get Dex orders out of the way. Who's highest Dex?
You know that's going to be... Actually, I think last time we were surprised and it was Theo last time.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm an 80.
Yeah, Theo with an 80.
That's for your times 5 score for Dex?
Yes.
Oh, mine's 55.
Oh, mine's 80. Oh, my dex is 40.
I think the surprise last time was that Hammer was really low and that Theo was really high, and we were like, what Twilight world do we live in?
Oh, yeah. This is weird. Alright, sorry. So Husky is 65? 75?
55.
55. Hammer 40. Theo 80.
Here we come to save the day.
Zombies are 25. There.
I'm going to take a
So-
quick bio while you're sorting that out.
Okay. Theo's going to go first anyway. Theo, think about what you want to do. Besides blast baby metal and walk in. Good plan, by the way. Love it. Theo, have you looked at that book lately?
I got the book. It's been in my pocket, and we haven't had a chance to go anywhere.
So books in this game, they require just like a study period. If you roll me a d6, I'll tell you how many hours it will take to study that book, if that's what you're interested in.
Yeah, very much so.
It's also going to cost you 1d4 sanity.
I rolled a 6.
So it's going to take you 6 hours from when you picked it up. You guys...
I'm also insane, and it's going to take an extra 10%.
Oh, to study?
Yeah.
So that's not too much longer then.
That's
10%.
not as much of a dex. Maybe it's a 10% penalty.
Oh, you're saying everything you roll has a 10% penalty.
Correct.
Tracking. Thanks for telling me.
No, I'm trying to figure out how everything works. But it also might only be if I'm affected, but I'm also reading things, so it should be affected. So never mind. All makes sense.
Yeah, I think because you guys went past your first breaking point. Like, you guys aren't even... I'm not doing exhaustion. That's a whole thing. We are obviously not playing this game correctly. This is our DG Delta Green. And hopefully we can all have fun playing it.
Yeah. I'm also obsessed and would probably read that book instead of taking a sleep for the first that's kind of what my guy would do.
Well, I'm trying to figure out time, right? So you went to the store, gathered all that stuff. That's time. And then you went back to the store and gathered more stuff. So...
It's not 6 hours worth of time.
I don't know if that's 6 hours worth of time. I was trying to figure that out.
Has returned. What a mess.
I think it's taken you about 3 hours tops to get to this point. So you got 3 hours into that book.
Yep. Theo has a book that he's been reading whenever you guys give him a second chance.
Give him a second chance?
Whenever you guys aren't like actively telling him that he's about to die.
Oh, is it like the Necronomicon?
I found it. No, you guys probably don't even know.
No, I think you've been keeping it a secret.
Then you know nothing. Theo's going to try to judge how fast these zombies move by shooting one of them.
Ooh, good plan.
You mean shooting at them?
You don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
it might
give me
hit
that.
them.
I do
Give me
know.
that firearms.
I do know, because you have to shoot at them in order to hit them, but you also shoot at them if you miss. So either way, I'm right.
I rolled a 62. I have a 64 in firearms.
Yeah, good for you, Theo.
Damn, man. That's close. So it misses.
Misses.
No, I won by 2.
Oh, 62. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
All right, roll me damage.
Six damage.
All right, so you blast this thing, and typical zombie fashion, it explodes. It's not dead, but like where you shot it, it of course there's a massive hole in it. Still, there's no blood. It's just flesh. Maybe like bones are sticking out. You capped it. It was 6 damage, right?
6 damage.
Thank you. Next up is Husky.
Is that zombie he shot at within 100 meters of my position?
I'd say it's just on the edge. Do you agree? It's walking into your edge.
I would like to attempt to shoot it in the head.
All right, so a called shot is negative 20%.
I'm going to fail this, but I'm going to take a shot anyway. Just one bullet.
Okay.
You said it's negative 20? I actually did hit it.
Nice.
So I rolled a 36 plus
Awesome.
20 is 56, and I have an 80. And I have 80 something in firearms. So the damage on this guy is 1d12, and it has a lethality rating because it's a light rifle. Oh no, yeah, of 10%. So I roll my damage, and then how does the lethality work?
So the lethality is a percentage. You roll a percentage dice, and if you get under that percentage, it is automatically lethal to whatever you hit if lethal damage affects that target.
Okay, well, I didn't get underneath it, but I do still need to roll my damage.
Nope, so the damage is that lethal.
No, it
you
is
add
not.
them
I'm-
together, right?
Got the book open, page 99. Light rifle or carbine does 1d12 damage and has 10% lethality. So, d12, that's what I'm looking for. Probably already had one out. Sure did. So that's an 11
Oh, beautiful.
to its head.
Its head just erupts like a popped balloon, and the zombie slumps to the ground.
I'm assuming we're on some kind of like phone call with each other, radio call, something.
Sure. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
I just want to tell Theo that was a great shot.
Over top of the baby pop, you hear.
I don't even.
Hammer?
I don't even
Church.
Yeah. Can I shoot a one of the crossbow bolts? Like I don't know if it'll reach all the way there. Like how far could I get it? I mean, like, you can arc them, so you can get really far with them if you're not trying to be super accurate, and it's explosive. So
Yeah, so where do you want to arc it to? And let's figure out difficulty. I'm willing to work this out.
If you could just get their attention towards Theo, they might start running through the bottleneck.
Yeah, they have
kinda
turned, and they're looking.
I kind of want to shoot it behind them so it blows them towards us, but I guess I could just land it somewhere over here.
Right? You want to wait a turn and see where they go?
I mean, it's gonna have a long timer on it. Like, it's not. These aren't.
Oh, I see.
These aren't
okay.
like detonate on impact, right? You
No.
gotta light them and shoot them.
Yeah, it's using fuse cord. With that said, if you wanted to go off faster, you could cut the fuse source shorter if you wanted.
No, I'm all for the chaos at this point. I'm gonna leave a long fuse on this one and successively shorter fuses as we go.
That's smart.
All right. And where are you lobbing it? Just show me on the map. And then you want it to wait a turn?
Yeah, I'd say it'll take at least a turn to go off.
Cool. Cool. Give me that, man, what does that end up being? Like a range check of some sort.
That's either demolitions or heavy weapons. I would say it's closer to heavy weapons.
Yeah, what is that a skill you've got?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
have both those.
Do it.
I use demolitions to assemble it, so it's heavy
Yeah,
weapons
so
to
heavy
use it.
weapons to shoot it, right? Yeah, I'm cool with that.
You could also make a case for survival because it's
Because it's like a modified thing. Crossbow. So yeah, give me that roll.
And I mean, technically, you could use athletics because.
Not for a crossbow, for a regular bow.
I'm gonna
you
take
use
that for a
athletics
regular bow.
crossbow.
I guess that's because Dex works off of everything, right?
Did I get a 1?
What is that? That is a 1.
That is a 1.
That's
Is that
fantastic.
A super success?
Well, it's the furthest away from winning, but it's still winning, right? So it shoots down. We can take that as a super success, and it goes exactly where you want it to go, which is in the middle of that X, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I mean, if I get to pick exactly where I want it to go, I would like it to be sticking in this zombie's butt.
Nice. Perfect.
Just in case he gets up, he can wander around with that explosive.
If he gets up,
there's-
if he gets up, I'm going straight to plan GTFO.
Yeah, I'm with you. But it would be good to have a zombie with an explosive in him.
Theo runs through the 2 trees and goes like, "Ha ha! I got you!" And hears nothing.
I think you hear the thwack of the arrow hitting that zombie that you've killed.
Oh,
Now all 3 of you have hit that thing.
And you hear a
Just that zombie like turned. There's baby metal blasting. He turns. He looks down at you. Pat, pat, pat. All 3 of you fucking nail him. Well, one of them after he's dead. Jeez.
I can almost hear Hammer going. It just takes mine longer to get there, guys.
Right.
Had to arc it.
If you watched, did you watch Suicide Squad, the second one yet? The one with John Cena,
Nope.
and Idris Elba. All right. Well, I picture you and me kind of as Peacemaker at Idris Elba, where they're just constantly. It's like rivalry that they work together. Like who's the better
so they're always like, I killed 5, I killed 6. I mean, I killed 7.
There's a whole montage where they go through a camp just killing people right and left with everything known to man. And like one of them, he shoots over the shoulder, eyes closed, and it does, the bullet does something, and he's like, and then the bullet explodes, and he's like, exploding bullets. He's like, he says something. What does he call him? He calls him a show off. He's like, not showing off if it's dope as fuck. And he just turns around. He's like, fuck, it is dope as fuck.
So you guys turn and say this to each other. You have this moment.
I hit him 2 guys.
Back up.
No, I really feel like we maybe have that conversation. We're also having the, if that zombie gets back up, we are just getting the fuck out of here. Like, if that doesn't do it, we're not prepared.
It doesn't get back up. So
This round.
the dogs go this time. The general doesn't really have any ranged abilities. Neither does Max Pool. But they kind of just chill with you. I guess they're going to wait and not do anything.
As long as they don't try to fetch an exploding arrow, they don't have to go down the well.
They are not that kind of animal. They're way smarter than that. All right, so these guys move up. They're very, very slow. And Big Jim moves to Eliza. And Theo, you will see them having a very quick conversation, and Eliza looks off into the woods behind her where, like, the fire is coming from. And out from the forest steps a flaming deer. Its skeletal, like, structure held together with fire. And it looks down the hill at you. And then mists, like, it turns into mist and smoke and disappears. And the fire goes with it. Give me a sanity roll. Only Theo saw that.
I got a 10. I'm getting used to just seeing these things now. That was just a fire deer. Clearly, that was just an alien. I got it. And it's talking to Eliza and the other guy that I don't know his name. Actually, I don't know if I know Eliza either.
Yeah,
Two bad guys.
I feel like there should be a mechanic in this game where certain levels of shit become more regular so that the GM has to up his game to continue to give you all these sanity rolls. Sorry, that's terrible. Ghost is going to kill me. But, like, I feel like that should be a mechanic in the game.
Where you get used to it and then you don't have to roll for it anymore?
Well, no, not you don't have to roll it. Like, the GM has to then be like, okay, so you're used to this now, so now I have to up my game to, like, the next level shit.
Yeah, now I'm giving you zombies.
Theo wonders, like, does that deer still have teeth? Do deers have teeth? I never thought about that.
Deers have teeth, Theo. How do you think they chew, Theo?
Oh, they do. Yeah, they've got a whole bunch of flat teeth because they regurgitate. They're kind of like cows.
Nope. That's what cows do. Deers just eat.
You sure? I probably have two stomachs.
You ever hunted a deer?
No, but I've read a bunch of stories about the indigenes and how they use every single piece of the deer. Oh, they do have deer teeth jewelry. You're right. There are teeth in that deer.
All right, so after the deer, teeth noticing, Big Jim grabs the glowing body of Diana Simpson, throws it over his shoulder, and starts to move off this way. And the zombies are walking towards you guys. They've made their move, and Eliza's still over here, and it's going to be top of the round with Theo.
These guys are going to come slow at me.
They are pretty slow.
Okay, I'm not going to... Oh, that's a long shot. I can't shoot Jim from here. I don't want to risk hitting Diana. Do I have a shot at Eliza?
That's a pretty long shot. I'd say that you could probably try to shoot her. There's a cage next to her. Maybe she's a little obscured by that cage. I want you to know that it's there.
Is it 6-second rounds?
These are, 6-second rounds.
Yeah, I don't think these zombies can get to me. Can I shoot and scoot?
Yeah, you can shoot and scoot.
All right, I'm going to try to hit Eliza. Because the zombie's coming at me. Coming too slow. Rolled a 72. It did not hit Eliza.
Sorry, she kind of dodges out of the way anyway. Not that she can dodge a bullet, but yeah.
She's kind of looking down. Is he pointing that gun at me? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, maybe it pings off the cage. Pew! Just a big, nice metallic sound. You got pretty close to her.
One of her mooks doesn't throw himself in front of her.
Mm-mm. It's Husky's turn.
Do I have range on any of them?
You could take a negative. Well, you hit that first zombie, but I don't think they've encroached on your range band yet. What's the range band on that rifle?
100 meters.
Oh.
I would if
I think you can go beyond the range band, take a -20 to hit it.
Nah, I'm already taking -20 because I'm calling shots to the head. So I'm gonna go ahead and can I hold action just either until they move forward or until that van takes off?
You can aim for a round to get a +20 to your next shot.
Ooh. Do I have to
Yeah, you can do
specify? Do I have to specify the target this round?
I think it's just like you can just say I'm aiming.
Okay, I'm gonna risk that. I'm gonna do that. I would like to aim this round so I can get a +20 to the next one.
You're aiming at a zombie, right?
Well, I'm also watching. So my assumption is the Big Jim's gonna take that girl and try to get in the van and leave. And if that happens, I'm gonna try to disable the vehicle. So that is a thing I'm looking out for. But yes, ostensibly, I'm looking to shoot a zombie if that doesn't happen.
Okay. I would think that between those two things, I'd like a call. Do you want... Who is more important? Taking a zombie out?
Well, in that case, I'm just going to hold action.
Okay.
Because I can't risk it. Like, that's not a risk that you could realistically take.
Yeah, if they were closer together or something, but I think... I don't know. You could tell me I'm being batshit insane, but...
No, it's kind of reasonable. I
think it's a reasonable request.
It's just that I need to watch that van. Otherwise, the whole reason for being here is,
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good call to watch the van. That's probably where they're going. All right, then Hammer, what do you want to do?
I am. So you said if we aim, we can get 20 on the next one.
Yeah, you take a whole round to aim, though.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm aiming. I put aside I lay down my crossbow and I pick up my assault rifle. And I'm gonna try to aim at Big Jim.
All right, that's a huge distance. We were talking about negatives and all that other stuff, but yeah, if you want to aim at him this round, you can do that.
Yep.
Okay. Dogs are going to chill and the zombies are going to move forward. They get to the explodey body. The body explodes. What's the damage on that?
Fuck if I know.
the little IEDs were a lethality rating of 15.
Okay, so we need to roll that.
Craven should roll for that. That was his shot.
Yeah, Craven should roll. I was asking for a roll, I think.
You were.
Wouldn't be very clear.
I realize what's going on. I'm
Are you here with us? Are you angry with me?
about what?
I don't know.
I'm not angry. I've been fucking around in Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, what decrepit thing is going to show up in Discord?
What monstrous thing is going to attack you guys?
Yeah.
So I really don't know how this part works, but I got a 92.
That's
all right. So that's not lethal, but I think that's a 9 plus a 2 for damage. I think that's how it works for those.
Okay, that makes sense because it would do something. It's an explosive.
Yeah. So that's 11 damage, right?
That's how math works.
Yep, math.
And when I'm telling you that, that's really something.
What's the range on it?
Hold on a second. I'll have to flip back to the book. I don't know off the top of my head. What was that, page 97?
Yes, or 99.
99, maybe. Demolitions. Improvised explosive device. Its range is 10 meters.
All right, so because they were all kind of shuffling at like a slow walk, they had kind of grouped up. And let's just say it does damage to all of them. We're talking 11 damage to every single one of these things. And when the first one explodes with the arrow coming out of its asshole, it sends shrapnel out and blows the legs off of the first ones. I mean, it sends shrapnel up and takes like the chest out of another one.
Zombie shrapnel. That's a zombie butthole that is killing these guys.
Right. Yeah. So the meat flying through the air is just visceral.
And corn, because, it lives that long.
Yeah.
Love corn.
It was corn. It was definitely corn.
I found corn in 1999. It's beautiful, beautiful band. All right, so the ones that take massive amounts of damage and get shrapneled and like they go down, but they keep moving. It's a pure zombie thing. Like if their heads aren't destroyed, they're gonna keep moving. You can gather that because you blew up the first one's head and it stopped moving. But these have now been decimated, and they're still up.
Some of them
a lot
are like
more slowly.
Yeah, some are
They don't
pulling
have
themselves with their arms
Yeah,
because their legs are going. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole like horror zombie scene here. I'm terrible at describing these things.
It worries me that Craven and I are on that kind of level. So, is that the end of the round? Does the van take off?
No, sorry. So that was the zombies getting exploded, and then Eliza's got to go.
Okay.
And Eliza's going to... She's going to move back here. Big Jim and Diana both get to the van. But that's their whole turn, getting to the van. They're behind this building now. They're kind of shut off from you guys. I don't really know how you'd see them.
Okay.
Right at this second, but they're in the van.
I've held action till this point. Jim is now within range. May I now aim at Jim and take my 20 for next round?
Sure.
Okay. That resolves my turn. What did Theo do?
Yeah, what's Theo doing?
I shot at Eliza. I got some zombies coming at me now.
Some are crawling on the floor.
It's coming at me real slow and real creepy like. I watched Eliza go away. I'm going to come back through the gate.
Okay, step back over the chain. All right. Gonna say anything?
No, because I already know my guys are looking at things.
I will say, since he's now within vocal range, that I'll tell him Big Jim has grabbed his little friend and is shoving her in that van down there, and I'm sighting down on him.
Same.
Yep, I might start jogging towards the church.
Okay. And Hammer needs to go. You're just sighting this round?
Yeah, that's what I said I was doing.
Okay, sighting again. Good deal.
Wait,
Right.
hold up. Wait, is this a new round from the one where we were sighting?
Yeah, Theo,
Yes.
Theo is top of the round.
Oh, okay. So now that I've sighted, I have a shot, and he's within the first range band, or the second range band, right?
So you don't have a shot from where you're at. There's a building in the way. There's this massive church. Well, not massive church, but there is a church. You will get a chance. We'll say that you guys can take a reaction. You would get a shot at like this point where he's in the van. Let me unlock it, and we'll just get to this point. Theo, you're down next to the road. Agent Hammer and Chad Nolan both take shots at this van as it's pulling out of the parking lot driveway. And he is booking it, by the way. He's really moving. But he's got to slow down to take this turn, and he's going to take a left away from you guys. Sorry, I shouldn't have told you that. Go ahead and take your shots.
So now we've aimed for 2 rounds?
You get the plus 20 for aiming. If you want to call a shot and try to hit like the front of the van, though,
What
or
happens if
him
I go
inside.
negative? Because with a plus 20, I'm at negative 10.
Oh, so you're going to hit no matter what.
Okay.
Let's just see if you either get a crit. Just roll it.
That's not a crit? Come on, man. Okay. I already rolled it. I did.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got a 12 and then pull it to my plus 20. You know, I'm negative.
Oh, I'm tracking.
I rolled 10 and 1.
Ooh, that's doubles.
Yes.
All right, so what are you guys specifically aiming at? Who wants to go first?
I'm aiming at Jim's head. I rolled a 6 for damage.
Also aiming at his head?
And I'd also like to point out that it triggers lethality. My roll triggers lethality.
Nice, nice. So both of you shoot him through the van doors, window, whatever, and hit him in the noggin.
Mm-hmm. Lethally.
Yeah, his head explodes, pops like a balloon.
Both
Blood,
eyes.
blood sprays in the front of the van, and
I
his
just picture at the last minute, he just turns to look at us as a bullet goes in each eye at exactly the same moment.
who has the worst
Mine
luck right
was
now?
there first.
Probably him because I have a 76 luck.
Yeah, I got like a 40.
And a 45.
All right, Craven, can you roll a luck?
Yeah, hold on.
I think the bullets should meet inside his brain pan and merge together.
What am I rolling it for?
To see if he spasms when he dies, and puts his foot on the accelerator, running the van down that way.
Technically, I crit. I should get something for that. I
Yeah,
got
you
92.
killed him.
He was
so
going to die anyway.
That's probably. I don't know. I don't know. You guys rolled really well. All right, so the van comes across the road and wrecks. The wheels are still spinning.
I'm going to let Theo handle that, and I'm going to turn my attention back to the zombies.
Theo sprints as fast as he can to get there.
It's a bloody mess inside.
Are we out of combat time?
Hey, is your plan to mop up zombies?
Yes.
Okay. And if you guys are cool with that, Eliza's going to run. And she runs this way. And disappears. Whoop. And yeah, you guys can mop up zombies. And Theo, so I'm assuming is that like you going over there and doing it?
I'm sprinting as fast as I can. I'm opening the back trunk, trying to get Diana out.
No, I meant for Chad and Hammer too. You going over to the zombies to take care of them?
Oh, no, I was going to shoot from where I was. I have a long-range
Oh.
rifle.
Okay, yeah, you can mop them up and they're all dead. You'll get over there eventually. All right. So Theo, you get over there. It's a mess with Big Jim. In the back of his van is Diana Simpson, and she is laid, like hog-tied up, and she's glowing green. She's wearing men's bib overalls that have like paint splotches on them, and she's laying there like a little 45 watt nightlight, snoring.
I'd like to untie her. And
Okay.
I'd like to, excuse me, are you okay, ma'am, Diana? And try to wake her up.
Give me a medicine roll, just for a knowledge check.
That's an 80 out of 30. That is not a... Oh.
Yeah, she's just heavily sleeping, maybe sedated.
I'd like to pick her up and carry her across the way back to the graveyard.
So pow, 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 off in the distance as you walk with this girl through the parking lot or driveway back up to the graveyard, and they're mopping up these zombies. Just
Don't worry. Don't worry, honey. It's just a sound of freedom.
she's just snoring in Theo's arms as he gets to the graveyard. There we go. You guys have mopped up the zombies efficiently. Max Poole, he runs over and he's looking into the cage and he starts crying.
There's a cage, guys. Help that lady out, or help whoever's in the cage out. Also, it's kind of heavy carrying a kid.
Yeah, shouldn't skip leg day.
But it's pretty nice as a nightlight. Like, I don't need a flashlight anymore.
Chad's gonna see what's in the cage. Is she alive?
I really should have killed her, but I don't think I will, because I don't like being that guy. She's still alive. And she's crying, and Max Poole is crying, and Sarah says, "My mom." And you look over, and her mom is dead in a grave, an open grave. Her mom has like ritualistic cuts all over her body when you look at her. But you can get Sarah out of the cage. It's just a simple padlock.
Yep. I got a little lock picking gun. I'm just gonna click, 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 open it up. Be like, I'm guessing that whoever that was that grabbed the girl, point to Diana, grabbed you guys while you were leaving. Miss Poole.
We tried to leave the valley, and there was a landslide, so I turned around and we tried to go stay with Jim. He was a friend. We told him about Lenny, and he made a phone call, and then he brought us here. And that crazy witch, she killed my mom and brought up those dead zombie things. Zombies, right? They're fucking zombies. That's gross. We tried to get out of here. We can't leave.
Did you see the glowing deer too?
Glowing deer. What the hell are you talking about?
There's a deer that was on fire, and it drove off that way.
Damn it. Hammer has a flamethrower.
Yeah, I thought you were going to flamethrower these zombies.
Well, so now, metagame. Chad totally 100% believes that Hammer got bored and flamethrowered a deer, and that's what Theo saw.
Oh, gotcha. It's Hammer's fault. He saw flaming anything. I just don't know what to do, Sarah says. My mom and my brother and my dad. She pats Max on the head, and Max looks at you guys with this knowing, sad look.
Well, I don't know how safe it is, but we have rooms. They're not rooms. They're like bungalow things at the local hotel. You can try to stay there while we sort all this out as best we can, but this whole town is kind of going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, I know. This is fucking crazy. Theo, what are you doing with Diana? Give me a... You give a search, right? Give me a search roll.
Uh, 26 out of 80. Passed it pretty good.
Hell yeah, you did. Alright, so you've got her... You're carrying her... She's wearing the blue bib overalls. And maybe for a second, as you're carrying her, like you see the top of someone's hair, like their head, in the bib pocket of the overalls. Like Barbie doll sized, maybe a little bit smaller. Just for a split second, you think you see this while you're carrying her.
Sanity roll.
Sure. Let's do it. Because it is Delta Green and all.
22.
Nice.
It's just a paint overall. Like, that's just a paintbrush. Not a human being in there. But she did say pocket a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, you want to check her pockets?
I'm doing the thing with your fingers where you rub them a couple of different times. My hands go together. And I go, all right, I think there's going to be something cool in here, guys. And I reach into her pocket.
Give me a D6 roll.
Two.
You pull a mini person, just a tiny man out of her pocket. He's wearing a flannel shirt and blue jean overalls.
I'm carrying a log.
And yeah, he's apparently carrying a log because AI loves logs for some reason. But yes, he's got a big brown beard and nice hair. That's nice hair. But he comes out, he's about G.I. Joe sized when you pull him out of the pocket. And he too is asleep. And you're holding a man. He is proportionally a man. He's limp in your hand, not like a doll.
Is he warm?
Yes.
Guys, Sarah, do you know who this guy is?
That's... What? She comes walking
Did you find
over
a
here.
Smurf?
We were saying pocket a lot earlier. I think I know where that pocket is now.
You want to look in the other, like in there? Instead of just rolling a d6, you'll also find
Yeah, I'm going to open it up and kind of look back real far.
a mini Gina Pearson, a mini Jessica Simpson, a mini Clayton Poole, all about G.I. Joe size. Sorry, the deputy is here too. And then curled up at the very bottom is a tiny cat.
Kitty!
Kitty.
It's the smallest cat ever.
It's so tiny. It's sitting in your hand.
I thought that lady's name was Connie Pearson, and you got her as Gina
It
Pearson.
was. I changed it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't know if it was going to matter, but I was like, it has to be a G actually for G cell. Sorry, metagame. Anywho, you now have in your hands the lives of these many tiny people. Also, you have Sarah to talk to, deal with, and the glowing Simpson girl, Diana Simpson. What do you guys want to do? Where do you guys want to go? What's your next step?
Oh, we need to sleep some. Is it normal agent things to stay up for so long? I could use a rest. We need to wait for Diana to wake up. Do you want to head back to our little bungalows?
I think that's a good idea. Regroup, try to figure out what's going on.
There's another van down there if you want to put a grenade in it. Was that guy like a real human? It was regular, just red blood?
Just picture as he says there's another
Yes.
van you can put a grenade in, the van just blows up.
It's already been pre-rigged. Yeah, he's got it. It was red blood from Big Jim.
Yeah, Hammer just gets back and that happens, and he's like, yes, timing. And I look it directly at him and like, really? You flamethrower to deer?
What?
Yeah, don't lie to me. Theo saw it. Did you really get that bored? We were supposed to be killing zombies. You know what? Never mind. Let's get back to the bungalows.
Oh, also, redheaded lady, is her name Eliza? I got that like vibe from her, looking from a long ways away. Oh, you called her Eliza when you came out and called her a witch. I remember that now.
Sarah will, confirm that she is Eliza. You saw Eliza the first night in Podunks. I know you were a bit drunk.
I was a bit drunk. I might not remember that.
Drinking a mason jar of moonshine. But it was watered down moonshine. That's how you lived through that.
30 seconds of chugging.
Did you learn anything from that?
It makes me a better dancer.
Good, because the street fair is coming up. All right, so you take your mini people to your mini bungalows. Let's get this whole group of people. What are you doing with the zombie parts and stuff? How long are you staying here? Are you cleaning up efficiently? Or are you just leaving things on fire?
There's a flamethrower.
Okay, I like this plan.
I feel like Hammer came back up after grenading a thing and said, "You've got a flamethrower. Did you really flamethrower it, dear?" And he went, I've got a flamethrower. Zombie parts just started getting roasted.
Like a Kronk, though.
Yeah.
I've got a flamethrower.
Oh yeah, I've got to play that. That's perfect.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I put like walls and stuff up so you guys could take cover off of things. We might end up back here. I like this map. Alright, so we leave this place. No other loose ends? Okay, cool.
What's in the well?
Probably a dog.
That's
Not
where
yet.
Liza ran off to.
Can I look in the well for a dog?
Yeah, there's no dog in there.
Is Eliza in
That'd be
there?
awful. As you peek your head over the well, just a braid of hair comes roping out of it and grabs you by the neck and pulls you in. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
not a dog. I've been framed.
Frame. Woof! Alright, so we go to build the town map of Two Oaks. And you guys drive the sledge back to the Haven Inn. A bungalow, lodge-style bed and breakfast. Where you guys are in lodges 3 and 4. Where apparently 3 is gone. I don't see it. Do you guys see 3?
No, 3 has disappeared into another.
Wonkiness of this program.
It's okay. Next time you load the map, it'll come back and just explode because it don't intersect with that one.
Yeah, because it'll be another one on it.
Yeah.
That's how the multiverse works. Okay. As you guys are driving back to the Haven Inn, you're going to pass the water tower. And you don't need to roll for this, but on your way there, you see glowing green lights on or near the water tower. And as you guys drive closer, you realize that it's 2 guys standing on top of the water tower, like, edge. Like there's a railing and stuff up there. They're standing up there and they're peeing one at a time off the water tower. They both have green lasers that they're like flashing in the air, and they think that it's the greatest time.
I think I've done something similar to that while drinking, but I can't remember because it was one of those nights.
No reaction from you guys. You keep going to the Haven Inn.
Yeah, no, we've been up for like 2 days straight.
All right. So which lodge are you going to? Where are you putting who?
I'm gonna take Sarah with me. The little people can stay with Kizik. Of course, Kizik is also welcome to, join ours if he doesn't want to be around. He doesn't want to be alone with Hammer.
I never got an actual lodge. My lodge is with.
That's true.
Yeah, because
You're gonna have to-
somebody used their own name.
You're going to have to check in with the night desk to get a lodge.
Super late. Got a green girl that's passed out in the car. Got a little person in my pocket. The teeny tiniest kitty cat's in my pocket. I'm gonna go. Hey, nights guy.
A very sleepy Brandy Pocock, the owner of the Haven Inn. She comes shuffling up, and she's like, "Sorry, my Michael's not back yet. I don't know where he went. Sorry, I'm coming as fast as I can. You need a place? You need a lodge?
Yes, please.
What's your name, hon?
Last name's Heron. First name is Michael.
Michael Heron. Okay, you're gonna be in Lodge 5. Okay."
Yep. I'm sorry for getting in so late, and I'm so happy that you're here. Sorry for waking you up.
Okay, it's all right. There's a breakfast in the morning. It's really famous, so I'll have it ready for you, but I gotta go back to bed. And she shuffles off in her fuzzy rabbit slippers.
Traditional old house coat.
Right? Yeah, like almost a smoking jacket, maybe. And she lets you with key to lodge number 5. 3, 4, and 5, guys. Now, how do you split things up? Sarah is with, Chad.
So
We'll see how that goes.
Theo, Diane, 14-year-old girl, and 6 tiny people going in another room.
Right. And then Hammer, what are you doing?
I have a room. I'm going to my room. I'm going to sleep.
Okay. It's a good plan.
Who gets the dog? I guess Max is staying with Sarah.
Yes. The general stays with Agent Hammer. Agent Hammer, before you can go to bed, though, your phone rings. Your burner phone. And it's a recognizable number. It's your dad, the Major.
All right. Answer the phone.
Boy, what are you doing?
I'm getting ready to go to sleep. It's like 3 a.m.
You know what I mean. Are you getting mixed up in this shit going out in Two Oaks?
Yeah. Yeah, the colonel sent us out here.
I know, the Colonel's with me now. So listen up. We got some serious interference going on.
Yeah. Did you know they greenlit him?
The official program did that.
Yeah, I'm aware. I had to tear my phone up.
Well, listen. I want you to get in with the officials. All right? Try to get in on their good sides. Try to figure out how to get in from, within, and maybe report back to us. Let us know if you can ungreenlight Colonel Greenheart. You know what I'm saying?
Seems like a terrible idea. I am not a spy. I kill shit.
Boy, I raised you right. I know I did okay. I know you're capable of doing these things.
Of killing shit. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I know I'm capable of that too.
Listen, that's what we need right now.
Oh, I got you. I just do what I've been doing, and eventually I'll move up the chain. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm with you now. It's just
Failing
like the
upwards.
army. It's just like
Right.
the army. Yeah. Fail up.
All right, you're a good boy. Now, listen. How's Agent Red?
She's barely alive, but alive.
What about Ringo?
Dead.
Dead. Did you find any other evidence while you were up there?
We found a lot of things. You may need to be more specific.
Well, I don't want to really talk about it over the phone. That's not really appropriate. But
You're the one that called me.
I know, and I'm trying to tell you to do the right thing.
Fucking old people.
Oh my god. How does this phone work? All right, listen to me. If you could get in to the program, the official program, we might find out what's actually going on here. So I want you to take every opportunity you can to do that.
Okay.
I love you, son. And he hangs up the phone. Theo, you're in the room with a glowing little 14-year-old girl and a tiny cat.
And a family of Smurfs.
Am I missing somebody? I thought it was 6 tiny people. 5 tiny
6
people.
included the cat.
Ah, yes, there we go. Swish, swish. This is going to be a difficult night for you, maybe, Theo. Do you sleep with all the lights off?
First I gotta finish a book.
Oh, okay. Did you do the 1d4 sanity that we talked about in the beginning?
Yeah, it came up to a 1.
Awesome. That's cool. All right. This book, when you finish reading it and learn what it is, catches fire in your hand, but it doesn't give off any heat. It just burns with a magic and disappears. It's like that flash paper you've seen magicians use, and that's the sanity loss part of this so far. But this book is called, well, actually, I'm not going to tell you what it's called, but it allows you, it's a ritual that you've learned where you make a strange series of hand gestures, and then you can briefly see things that are otherworldly. And you spend your hours learning this finger-tutting maneuver, and then you look through your fingers at Diana Simpson, and you see this otherworldly influence on her. This green glow, it settles into her skin, and you see power coursing through her veins. That's what's giving off this green glow. You also see like these connections to the 6 beings that are very tiny.
And with that, I roll over and fall asleep. Dreaming about being connected with green things and touching my hands in those special ways so that I can see through the veil.
All right, so that takes 1 turn to activate. It will cost you 3 willpower every time you activate it, and 1 sanity. But you will briefly see things that are invisible, extra-dimensional, or otherworldly. Chad, Max, and Sarah like curl up on the couch. Max maybe probably at the foot of the couch, while Sarah's on the couch. And they're both yawning, looking at you. What's your plan for the evening?
So, Chad's not super socially adept when it comes to, like, emotional things. Like, he would like to calm Sarah down, but he doesn't really think he can do it, so he just kind of explains to her that she's safe here and everything. And then, like, I imagine Max, curls up with her, and I'm like, the dog's gonna do a better job of comforting than I ever am, so I'm just gonna go to sleep. I won't set up the shotgun booby trap I usually put on the door for fear that she will decide to leave randomly and not know it's there. And then the dog will be really unhappy.
Yeah, that's probably true. We get that Max is the dad, Robert, right?
Yes. Metagame, yes. Chad has suspicions of it, but is still having a hard time grasping that. Chad is genuinely trying, like, he feels bad for Sarah. It's like weird for him because he's a sociopath, so he's not used to feeling emotions for other people. But he genuinely feels bad for Sarah having watched the whole thing go down.
Yeah, it's pretty rough when you think about it. Her life is completely fucked at that. Okay. Well, you guys get your rest period. Let's go ahead and do the level up.
Okay.
What things have you marked as failures? We will start rolling those. We will also do the disorders.
I failed a drive check.
Oh, yes, definitely you did. So you're going to roll your skills, or your, against your skill. And if you fail it again, you get plus 1d4 to that skill.
And if you pass it, you get nothing.
That worked when I did it.
Yeah, I think it is that you pass it, you get nothing. You want to fail these. Craven, you doing any leveling up?
I don't know if I failed anything. I didn't mark anything.
Nice.
I forgot that's a thing.
I'll get you. I did say it at the beginning of the game. But I understand.
Not again.
Alright, let's do disorders. Who hit their breaking points?
I did. Hold on. I'm still trying to figure something out. I had that really expensive piece of equipment fall over again.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's only $450. I'm not super mad about it falling over twice in one night.
This is a dance on its own?
No, it's a Virpil throttle that I bought for the flight sim that I play. Apparently, it's too heavy for the mount that I use.
Mm.
The mount is made of like regular rail steel. It should be plenty strong. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I need to put this search up to something before.
Yeah, I think you guys failed a search check or two.
I did. I've already done my stuff. I'm just filling out my sheet. But I'm also filling out my sheet that I keep on my desktop.
I know Keswick failed an awareness roll last time too.
See, I think I failed an alertness, but I can't remember if I did or not.
Probably did.
I passed all my demolition with flying colors.
I passed my computer science of a 0 with a 0.
Oof.
That was the roll of the night. To look in the history of the Ring
The
app.
camera. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think Craven rolled a.
He rolled a 1.
He rolled a 1, yeah.
Which would be great in Call of Cthulhu.
And we don't roll luck on normal level ups. That's only certain times that we roll that.
Yeah, I don't. Are we regaining luck this way? Hold on.
I know
have
that
written down.
when you level up in Cthulhu, you roll luck, and if you fail your luck roll, you add a little bit or something like that. But I don't know how you kind of explained it, and I've
I don't think we're doing any luck increases like that at this time, because I give you guys luck for other things, like good RPing, driving the story forward, that kind of stuff, remembering things.
Oh, well, I'm not going to get anything for remembering things because I can't remember a single time we've awarded luck for that.
Yeah, I didn't do it this time.
They were whistling.
Yep, Yankee Doodle. You guys did get luck for that.
Okay, so I need to do my card thing.
Yeah, let's do.
How does this work? What do I need to do?
So I've got a deck of mental disorder cards. There's 23 of them. You can either go through the deck and pick one, or you can shuffle the deck randomly and just draw one. Whatever is more fun to you. Whatever the disorder is, this is what your character will be, or become for this next little bit.
The character has an excessive desire or enthusiasm for a particular stimulus and will take great pains to be with it or near it. When this involves the character sexually, it may be termed a fetish. When presented by your stimulus, a successful PAL ×5 check to resist compulsively seeking out further. Oh my goodness. I could really go out on the wall with this one.
Yeah, so like I've seen other people that are like, well, you got this when you were fighting zombies, so now maybe you're necrophiliac. I don't know if I want to do that. What are you thinking?
No, I don't think that would. So he's a sociopath hitman
You were already obsessed. What were you obsessed with?
I was already obsessed with blowing shit up and shooting shit. He made a really awesome shot. Maybe he's gonna be like, I need to take it. No, because then how are you presented with the scenario? I was gonna say maybe he needs to be like obsessed with making like really long shots and really things that like are one in a millions. Kind of like that impulsive gambler that can't help but take the super long shot. Maybe. I don't want to do anything of the sexual nature just because it's the tabletop and I think that's weird. I really wish I picked a card that didn't make me come up with this part of it. I think he's going to be like, if something's like a long shot gambling thing, he's going to have a kind of a gambling he's going to have a tendency to take extreme risks. And if he's presented with something that is of like a challenge like that, he's probably going to want to do that. I don't know what to call it though.
Right on. You want to pick a different card, or you want to go with that? That's always an option to pick a different card. It's your character.
It's a really hard one to do. Let's shuffle one more time. Since the GM suggested it. Kleptomania. Oh no, I can totally work with this one. Oh, we robbed a store. This one actually makes sense.
Yeah,
this one makes more sense.
There we go.
Your character is repeatedly unable to resist urges to steal items that they generally don't need. I'd also like to point out that my character didn't want to rob that store, but now that he's gotten a taste of being the bad,
that's perfect. That fits.
It's all Hammer's fault. That's what I love about that one. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so I don't have to do anything with my sanity bars or anything. I'm just waiting for my next breakpoint.
Yep.
Cool.
It just keeps going down. All right. So did we resolve everything, and now it's the next day? Has everybody done what they needed to do with their character?
We regain will points by sleeping. Is that just 1d6?
Yes.
Regain will points.
Yeah, the sleeping helps.
You do with the will points.
I used a will point to not take a sanity. I passed it off to Dr. Amanda.
Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah, willpower would have been like, I'm going to shoot that big flaming deer thing, and then it would have been like willpower and made you roll against it, take damage against it. That's that.
So I can use a point of willpower to not steal at a really inappropriate time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Although I
power roll, right?
I probably will very often just be like, no, he totally steals that.
Yeah, but it's a POW times 5 roll to be like, no, I don't want to steal it. I think that's what the card said.
Successful POW times need to resist from any place you enter. Oh my god, it's any place I enter. That's awesome. No, I'm just going to steal shit all the time. Can I just opt?
That'll become an RPing problem.
Can I just opt to steal shit?
Yeah, when you're at the diner's like a really important place to be. Or town hall. You just steal a stapler.
Well, that's the thing about kleptomania. It doesn't have to be something big. I can just take a pen off a desk, and most people, while they might give you a weird look for stealing their pen,
yep, they won't say anything.
Yep.
Just go around collecting pens.
I thought I had 6 little people. Now I only seem to have 5.
Nope, it's the cat. I'm taking the kitty. But I have a tiny little kitty in my pocket.
Jessica.
That's gonna suck when that thing becomes full size again. It's gonna claw the shit out of me.
Alright, so it's the next day. And I think Hammer wakes up first. Hammer, you going for your run?
Yeah.
The general's gonna go with you? You're up at 6 and doing the run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me an awareness check. Still the 10-mile run? Are you going the same way?
I'm gonna go the same way.
but I'm keeping my eyes out for the bears, and I have a bear deterrent.
Is it your flamethrower?
Are you running with that?
Yes, it's great for weight training.
Give me an athletics roll.
I just imagine him in like these like athletic shorts and a t-shirt and a big old fucking homemade flamethrower on
right.
his back.
Jogging through the fucking woods.
48 out of 80, so pass.
All right. The dog's having a hard time keeping up with you and your record-breaking mile run time as you're running up the mountain trails. You're running so well that like you don't have to worry about rolling an ankle or anything, and you're going north and northwest up these trails back the way you were going, like the first time that you encountered the bear. You feel a tuft of wind. Sorry, not a tuft. It is a full-on gale force wind coming through the trees at you in the same direction that you're running in, but from behind. So it comes up and kind of pushes you along for a couple seconds. Feels like 25, 30 mile an hour wind gust while you're running. What do you want to do? Picks up leaves around you, starts like swirling them together.
Pushing
Almost
against me, or it's helping me go faster?
It's helping you go faster at this point, but like it's picking up a lot of dust and debris from the ground too. The general's taken off. He's nowhere to be found. You got this backpack sprayer blower thing. The wind's picking up. It's spinning leaves all around you. You don't really see what's going on because the dust and debris is just flowing almost cyclonic around you. But give me an awareness roll.
That is probably a fail. That is 82 out of, you said alertness?
Yeah.
82 out of 70, so that is a fail.
All right. The wind picks you up off the ground, and you realize that it's not just the wind anymore. You feel like you're levitating upward very slowly. You look up, and there's nothing above you that would be beaming you up, Scotty. But you're floating in midair.
Am
And
I still moving forward, like running?
You're at run speed, still moving forward. But now, like, stasis, I guess? You're still, like, your forward momentum's still there.
Can I try swimming?
Yeah, you can, like, swim through the air a little bit and get that motion going, but you're still slowly rising up and up. And now you're about 25 feet off the ground.
Are there any trees nearby?
Sure, yeah, there's trees nearby.
Aiming for a tree.
Okay, swim a little bit towards a tree, grab
Yep.
onto it.
Yep.
All right. Now what?
I'm gonna call Chad.
Chad's asleep.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep ringing.
Yeah, what is it, Hammer?
I'm gonna need some help.
You go, what? You know what time it
I-
is?
Yeah, it's morning run time. I'm having a problem. I can't get any traction.
You got the Jeep stuck somewhere?
Nope. No, my feet won't stay on the ground.
The pull on Hammer increases. Hammer, I need you to make your first really important athletics roll to stay on this tree.
My feet won't stay on the ground. I got a 5 out of 80.
I got a
Sweet.
5 out of 80. I'm
So you start like really holding on really tight, and there's, let's call it, pine needles coming with your hands.
He's like looped his leg around a branch.
Yeah, but you're ripping, like the branches are cracking underneath your upward force.
All right, where are you, Hammer?
I send you my my run.
Oh, nice.
My phone beeps, and I'm like, "You ran there?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I run there.
5 miles away.
Yeah, it's like 6:05. I left at 6.
Right? The dog's gone.
No, I'm sorry.
All right. I'll get Theo. We'll be there, and with that, Chad's gonna get his stuff, and he's gonna tell Sarah she's welcome to stay as long as she wants, and as he like bolts out the door.
Bring some weights, lots of weights.
All right. Hammer, you're wrapped around this tree. It's cracking and creaking underneath you. Give me one more. Actually, I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You look up, okay, straight up above you, an aperture appears in the middle of the sky. It's now, you're up in this top of the tree, and then another 12 feet above you, basically a porthole appears. And behind the invisible sky, through the porthole, you see inside of it looks like the inside of an egg, as you would imagine the inside of an egg would look like. White, smooth, domed shape. And it's through this porthole that you're looking, and it's just appeared in the middle of the fucking air. But
Yep. No, I've waited my whole life for this. I know what to do. I let go of the
pulling
tree.
you in. You
I
let
let
go of the tree?
Yeah. I light the I light the fire extinguisher.
Oh, you light the
I'm sorry.
flamethrower?
I light the flamethrower. I'm in. I've waited my whole life for this.
Feel like he's having that crazy moment from the guy from Independence Day. Hello, boys, I'm
Right.
back.
Hello, boys. I'm back. All right, so this could be the opportunity for you to get superpowers, but you're going to burn all of these aliens. The aperture opens. You look up, and you're like, "Oh yeah!" You spark your flamethrower, and you let go of the tree, and the force takes you up and into the aperture, where it closes behind you. And it's dark in the room that you're in, except for just your little flamethrower light. And you, by the light of the flamethrower, we see you grinning. And then let's go back to Theo and Husky. You guys are traveling in the Hummer?
No, I have a car, and I kind of doubt Hammer left his keys. I'm loath to take it off road, but I will because I think I'm saving a friend's life. Now he's a sociopath. He probably wouldn't. He will do it anyway. It's really hard to play a character that's like not supposed to care about other people when the point of being a tabletop RPG is to do that emotional engagement.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is the campaign you guys chose chaotic evil for.
Right?
Boy.
Well, Craven chooses that every time. We just leaned into it.
He's cartoonishly evil. That's his CE.
Chaotic, cartoon, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. All right, so long story short, you drive your car up there to Hammer's last known place, and you see the top of the tree where he was holding on, but no Hammer. It's just a dead end, and the phone no longer works when you try to call him.
Oh.
Hammer, you're in the orb, and a spotlight opens up. So you're like in this dark area with just your flamethrower lighter going, and a spotlight appears probably 50 yards away, and underneath this spotlight is a red-headed Yeti like your dad said was in Kandahar. And it looks at you and it says, "Will you be a chosen one?"
You might want to be a little more specific, tall, dark, and hairy. Chosen for what?
Chosen to continue, to survive, to thrive.
What's your part in that?
I thrive along with you.
Um, what's in it for me? There we go.
Existence.
Don't I already exist? Like, I'm not really seeing the.
You exist here, now. Yes. You could exist forever.
It's a long time.
Yeah, while you contemplate this, I think this is a good cliffhanger to end on, too. Do you burn this thing down?
I mean, that depends on his next couple of words, to be honest.
Right? Well, I think we could call it here, and we'll leave it on a cliffhanger on what you're planning on doing and what the Red-Headed Yeti is going to say to you, and what you choose to do. I think your friends are looking for you. They know your last location.
Dollars to donuts. He fries that thing, and I find some way to turn an IED into an RPG.
I just want him to burn it all, right? And then there's this scene of this invisible crashing spaceship just running into something, right? Like it's just going to be an awful crash landing, taking out so much.
Theo tries his ritual for the first time, and that's what he sees.
Right, you see the ship.
Yeah.
No one else can see the invisible ship
but
but
see,
you.
That's why he gets me to turn into the RPG thing. Shoot it down. We go down there. They're like, oh man, maybe did Hammer survive? Blah blah blah. And I'll be like, hey, he's totally gonna be down there. He'll be the one killing everything else. Like that'll be Hammer.
Theo, if you get to the tree and you're like, hold on, I want to try something, and you do the finger tutting, I'll let you, yeah, you can totally see the ship as it's flying away, like in the air, over the valley, moving away from the tree that Hammer was clutching to. You'll see it like scoot to the other side of the valley, and then we'll figure out if Hammer blows it up or not.
Oh, dude, we're gonna have so many probe jokes.
So I lose a sanity and lose 3 willpower.
For doing the spell, yeah.
Like, even if you cooperate and get magical powers and come back and be like, look, man, it was totally awesome. We're gonna be like, so you enjoyed the probing. Like,
Yeah.
If Lenny Poole got the ability to like teleport or really like flash move, right? And then Diana got pockets. What do you think Graven would get?
the ability,
I love how he didn't use his hammer at all.
the ability to shoot fire with his hands, because he brought a flamethrower.
I want to shoot lightning out of my dick.
My unicorn dick.
Unicorn dick.
Ah,
Of course.
there it goes. We got it in there.
We got it in there. Yay.
Phrasing boom.
All right. Well, good session. Oh, we could also talk about like where you guys want to set up permanently. Do you want to stay here at the Haven Inn, or do you want to try to find another place? We can talk about this next time because one of us is abducted right now.
Right?
Who's abducted?
I mean, is it an abduction if it's by choice?
I was gonna say also right now it's kind of a standoff. Like,
Look, there was an attempted
Right.
abduction, right? And they weren't succeeding until they showed me their hand.
From Theo's point of view, I think you've been abducted. From
Yeah.
your point of view, I think that you're the abductee. Now you're in here with me.
I'm the infiltrator.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not locked in here with them. They're locked in here with me.
Did you see this is how it was going to go? Like in the very beginning when we were just talking about a 14-year-old Diana Simpson glowing.
I really thought it was going to be a cross. Well, in the very beginning, I thought it was going to be a cross between the movie Signs and XCOM. That's what I had envisioned, but it's turned into something completely different.
Or has.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm barely grasping on to like what's going on.
There's a lot.
Because there's a lot of moving parts to this. Just so you get a good feel, since we have a couple extra minutes, just so you get a good feel. Like, I get that there are two different alien groups moving on here. I get that one seems to be doing the green inhabity thing, and the other group seems to be doing turning people into dogs. Is that the other? Like, see, this is where it's getting fuzzy. I'm not sure which group's doing what, but I get the gist that there's two different groups with competing agendas, and I'm really
Maybe 3.
and I'm just really having trouble beyond that understanding what's going on, and maybe that's where you want me to be as a GM. But I don't want you to think that we're understanding more than we are.
You guys really haven't. Yeah, I give you guys NPCs to talk to, and you guys didn't want to talk to them. So I don't know how to inform you guys of other story.
Mm-hmm.
I have no exposition tools. So anyway, you guys have some people now. There's Diana we can talk to and figure this stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah knows a little bit. So maybe, next time we can figure out what's going on and try to learn all of the different moving parts.
So I think that we are the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Lion. And I think that my guy is obviously the Tin Man, and he needs a heart so he can talk to people. And obviously Theo is the Lion. And yeah.
He's finding his courage, his little power.
Yep. Just saying. My magical power needs to be the ability to like talk to people so that my character can be useful again. That's not true. He was very useful this time.
Yeah, I tried to tune this episode a little bit to go with your strengths there.
Yeah. Although in reality, I love the fact that I was like, no, he's going to take a moral stance and say, it's not that I care that you're robbing the store. It's that I'm too good of a crook to rob the store. And now he's like, but it was really fun.
I'm so into it now.
Yeah, I actually like this character twice as much as I did at the start of the session, just because of the failed card from losing the sanity roll.
Yeah. See, and that's Delta Green. That's what I like about this game. Now I get to play this guy's absolutely batshit nuts.
Yeah. Okay, so next time we're going to be doing Traveler. It is a big day for me and Ghost. And, Kizik and Craven are welcome to come help harvest if you'd like. But I'm guessing you're going to take a hard pass. Because it's going to be that day, I don't know if next session is going to be a little shorter. I know I will be tired and chugging the energy drink. So we'll play next session by ear for Traveler. And then after that, we'll come back to Delta Green and see what's all going on. Monday night sessions are not going to get streamed for the immediate future because our attendance is a little spotty. And I don't want to set up a stream on a schedule when I don't know who is going to be there and what we are going to be doing. So I know I promised more little streams in between, but they're going to be random and sporadic until I can figure out what day works for people and what activity we want to do. Ghost, Kizik, Craven, any announcements?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry for the spotty, Mondays, but we talked about that. I'll let you know what's going on.
It's not just you, man. It's all good. So, all right. And with that, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. Thank you, guys.